Welcome back to the podcast.
The podcast ever.
Yep, guys, this is Take Keith here. Lift their spirits up coming to you a little bit earlier than we usually record, but you guys don't even know the difference. But Mr. Greg did have a little have to have a little convincing to arise and come here, it seems.
Hey. I have a valid excuse.
You were up late?
Yeah, that and I forgot to do the thing where before you go to bed you think of a time and you wake up at it. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. Hate when that happens.
Yeah.
Now, see, yesterday I woke up promptly at 8 a.m., even though I had went to bed probably at like 1 or something around there. So, yeah, my body knows because I had a beach trip planned, boys. It was Memorial Day. That's what I did. I went to the beach. I didn't get burned because I don't eat seed oils. And I let my body acclimate to the sun outside every day. So I had no burns, no problem. First time going to the beach and never had didn't have like any sort of redness, really. Like no burning feeling. It was nice.
None at all.
Maybe a little bit on my feet, like when I was like in the sand, but that might have just been a mixture of like the sand being so hot and then the sun hitting it. But my body overall, no, it was fine, man. I did use some sunscreen, not the really bad stuff. I used a baby one from like, I don't know if it was like Neutrogena or Aveeno or something. It was like their baby sunscreen, and it doesn't have too many chemicals. So
no more
at
tears.
least there's that. Yeah, there was no burning because I've like had sunscreens where if I put them too close to my eyes, it starts burning. This one didn't have any problem on my face. Just use baby sunscreen, guys, if you need to.
Or just don't.
Or just use natural sunscreen where you mix zinc oxide, tallow, beeswax, and I think coconut oil as well. And that would be even better. Well, it's if you're in the sun all day, it is good to apply something, some sort of zinc oxide with something on it, some sort of
coconut oil.
Yeah, coconut oil is good, but you need some of that zinc oxide too, really protect you.
Just eat a steak.
Eat a steak. I don't know if the steak's gonna be what fixes it so quick. The seed oils, you gotta really deplete those.
You do.
You really got to deplete those. But yeah, Mr. Gregory, actually, I do have to talk a bit more about my beach trip. So I went with the boys. Yeah, I went with those boys.
Wait, it was those kinds of boys?
Well, it wasn't Indian.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But
degrading yourself.
La, 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 those kind of boys. So yeah, we had a time. We had a blast.
All right, here we go. Now I'm good.
We had a bomb. Yeah.
Oh, it took me a while.
We played tips. Have you ever played tips?
Is that the thing where you basically play volleyball without playing volleyball?
Well, you gotta. I thought you were gonna say pause. I need to say pause, but we were in the ocean, and we had the volleyball, and you gotta like jump and throw it. As you catch it, you gotta jump and throw it to the next person. And so if you fall before you actually throw the ball, or if you can't get the ball and throw it, you lose. You get a T, and then you got to spell tips. It's like horse. What? It's like horse, man.
No, can you explain that again?
You're in the ocean or in a pool. You have the volleyball. You serve it, but you have to like throw it to somebody while jumping. The next person has to catch it while jumping and throw it while still like above in the water, not yet landed. If you land on the floor while you're throwing it, you're out. Or catching, you're out. And if you don't pass it properly, like if it doesn't like land, like if it lands too short, or like you just can't even throw it, you're out. You get a T, and then an I, and then a P, and then an S, and then you spell tips, and you're out.
What happens if you jump up and you land on the sea urchin?
I think you still lose. I mean, if you haven't thrown the ball to the next person.
Somebody's like in agonizing pain and like, damn, bro, that sucks because you kind of still lost.
Ah!
You should have had that to your soundboard.
I remember you was conflicted.
The way I remember playing it when I was a wee lad, I don't even think we were at the beach. We might have been at the beach, actually, now that I think about it. Holy shit, you have it.
No, that was just through my microphone.
Oh. But anyway, you do the jumping thing, but you couldn't catch it. You had to throw it as soon as you touched it.
Yeah. Like you can't
And then you
land.
just lost when you didn't do it. That's it. I don't know
Can't
what you mean
land.
by spelling tips.
Well, it's not like you get it automatically eliminated. You start building up. You never played horse?
No.
You don't play basketball?
Not for a very long time.
But you never played horse when you played basketball? Like you would all try to shoot, and if somebody misses, then they gain an H, you know? And so then if that person loses again, they get an O. So they're a hoe. But then if they get an R, they're a whore. And then if they get an S, they're a whores. They're whores. And then E, horse. And then you lose because you got horse.
It sounds like you're winning if you're not a hoe or whores.
Well, you had to pass those in order to lose. You had to go through those stages. And you know those aren't
You gotta
really
go through
stages.
a bunch of hoes and whores.
If you were a no, you became the hoe and the whore and the whores. Now the thing is, you know, a serial murderer can't really just stop murdering and saying I'm no longer a murderer. Just like you know, a hoe can't stop being a hoe and say I'm not a hoe no mo.
I mean, they can say it. It just wouldn't be true.
It wouldn't be true. Exactly. So exactly, once you've become a hoe, you can't unbecome a hoe. So yeah, that's what the game is. You never played that? You never heard of it?
No, we used to play Knockout.
Well, I don't know what that is.
You don't know what Knockout is?
No.
Bruh. So you stand in a line with all your friends that are playing, and you know, ideally it's a long line, so it's as much fun as possible. And you got two basketballs, two people in the front of the line, each have a basketball. First guy in front has to shoot first, but assuming he misses, then it's between the two people with the basketballs shooting to make it into the net or whatever the fuck. But the guy behind, if he makes it before the guy in front, the other guy's out and he has to sit out.
I'm familiar
and you can
now.
keep going.
I understand the game.
But if the guy in front makes it, he passes the ball to the guy behind the guy in second, assuming the second guy didn't make it yet. And if the third guy makes it, then the second guy's out, and so on.
So
it's a race against time.
What did you do this past week, Mr. Gregor?
It sounds like a slur.
Gregor.
Stupid Gregor.
Anything you put like an sound at the end definitely becomes that.
I just wanted to call attention to my new incarnation. I was still getting over my transition from Greg Nash to Gregory Van Halen.
Transition?
Yeah.
Pause?
A spiritual transition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Two spirits. Two spirited.
Exactly.
No, you don't want to be two spirited, man.
No, actually, yeah, that's kind of... Yeah. Anyway.
That's Native American. You don't want to be Indian.
I went to a taco place again, different taco place, and I went inside the gas station nearby it, and I got myself a Mexican Sprite, which I did not know existed until now.
Or like when I had it. I had seen that they make Coke, Sprite, and Fanta.
Yeah, I saw the Fanta there too, but the Fanta still had like a grocery list of ingredients. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I don't know.
I wouldn't drink the Fanta. I do have a Coke with me right now, just in case.
I have nothing with me.
In my reserve, I have a. Oh, by the way, guys, I've been doing the honey diet. So I pretty much, as we've covered before, you eat a bunch of sugar during the day, take a small break, then you eat some protein for dinner. And so now, what I'm doing is I'm drinking straight honey. Well, not straight honey. It has apple juice and coconut water. You know, get some potassium with it. But yeah, I'm consuming like 16 spoons of honey a day.
What do you mean by take a break?
You take a short lapse. You let the sugar burn off.
Like how long?
I do it. Well, the Anabology was saying he did it from like 3 to 7. So I just started doing 4 hours.
Jeez.
I've become a fake Peter for not eating for 4 hours.
Yeah, that's not all right.
Peter card revoked. Look, I mean, you eat infinite carbs before then, and then after You get to eat a big, satiating meal for dinner. Though I
I
can't
mean, I
lie,
guess
a Big Mac does kind of sound kind of good. Not really as the ingredients are, but the idea of a Big Mac sounds kind of good.
I don't think it does even in that regard. Those things are disgusting.
Really.
Yeah, if you're gonna get anything, it has to be a quarter pounder.
Ah, I see. I did go to McDonald's, and I got like the loose patties. The loose patties. I had to scrape off because they left onions on there. I had to scrape those off.
Did it cost you the same amount?
No, it was cheap. It was like probably 50 cents maybe for a patty.
Oh shit.
They were small too. They're smaller than the Wendy's ones, but they do taste better than the Wendy's ones. I cannot lie. The McDonald's ones are better.
Yeah, I tested it the other day when I ordered some Wendy's with nothing on it besides cheese, and the patties kind of taste like school lunch patties.
They're kind of dry.
Yeah.
Those Wendy's patties. I don't know why you would get cheese on it unless it was some sort of Asiago or something.
Because you can't have a burger without cheese.
Man, but was it American cheese?
Of course it was.
It's disgusting.
Hey, I don't make the rules here.
Your seed oil cheese.
I thought it was just microplastics, to be honest.
I don't know. Let's look up American cheese ingredients, dude. I swear that stuff has like soybean oil in it.
I know it's like literally plastic.
Yeah, why would anybody want to eat that?
Because
I think you can also get a different cheese at Wendy's. Don't they have like some sort of Asiago cheese?
not through the ordering thing, or at least the type of burger I was getting. I guess that wasn't an option because I do always look to see if it's an option. It just wasn't.
Let's see what we got in here. American cheese ingredients. What is American cheese? American cheese is a type of processed cheese. We knew that. Mixing one or more types of cheeses, including cheddar, washed curd cheese, Colby, granular cheese. Why does it taste so disgusting, though?
It does taste gross. You can test it by. Have you ever had like those Lunchable packets where they give you the American cheese for the cold cut slider shits? If you eat just the cheese, you're like, bro, what is this?
I mean, like looking at Healthline, if you compare the saturated fat to fat content, I mean, it's the same as other cheeses, which are like, usually this is the ratio you'd see in whole milk where it's like 9 grams of fat and then 5 grams of saturated. Like out of the 9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure like if you buy like American cheese from the store though, that stuff's going to have soybean oil in it. I'm fairly certain.
Yeah. I kind of forgot soybean oil counts as that.
Get that goy slop out of here.
Bewaring of canola oil. That stuff is
but
awful.
Look, just go to McDonald's, get their patties. I know we had a guy saying that Five Guys used to do $1 patties, which is insane. That Five Guys used to do that, but now they don't.
They have good patties.
Unfortunately, Five Guys, they're a little greedy. They're a little niggardly.
He really went for it. He really
that's a word for stingy, man. It's a word for stingy. You seen Theo Vaughn when he was talking about how he's like part Nicaraguan? He's like, yeah, man, I'm part Nicaraguan. Shout out all my Nicars. I mean, he said that too.
That's a little different though.
What? That one's just.
He's talking about his Nicars.
Yeah. Okay. So it's different, right? I see.
Yeah.
I see. I did hang out with some boys, some of my no, not bro. I hung out with funny story though. I was hanging out with a different friend who has this other friend, right? And that guy actually kind of sounds like bro in some ways, because like he called him up. I'm like, yeah, hey, I don't know, let's give him a name, like Johnny.
Joe Flo.
We'll call him Johnny. And then, basically I'm telling my friend, I'm like, yeah, call up Johnny. Let's hang out with him. And my friend's like, yeah, let me call him up. So he calls him up and he's like, yeah, man, we're just here. Like, we're wondering if you want to hang out. Like Ahmed's here from where he's at, he's trying to hang out. And then the guy's like, man, oh man, you should have told me before, bro. You should have told me before. I'm over here. Like, I would have been there, man. Yeah, he sounds like that.
When you're talking, I thought you were going to say, oh, I'm here with Ahmed from the podcast ever.
Yeah. Well, Ahmed from the podcast ever. He's actually a celebrity, if you didn't know. Very well known man. Yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, it was just kind of funny hearing him do that too, because it's a no unique experiences out here. There are clones of like so many people we know.
Yeah.
Very very type of personal like archetype. Now, do you think there's a clone of you out there?
I don't know. I don't think that's possible.
You don't think it's possible?
No, there's no way.
Yeah, I just can't imagine it.
I'm one of a kind.
Yeah. Like for me neither. I don't know if I can find people that would be like that. It's
I
just
don't
too
think anything else could like possibly survive in our shells in the same way that we do.
It's kind of weird though when I go in public, I'm just like, these people are too normal. They're not even normal in the sense of like what we think is normal, but just more like these people are too normy. Like, it's like it's weird seeing people in public. Just how they react to things, just how they act, like just how they walk around.
Yeah. It's always funny whenever I bring up something like mildly controversial, and I can basically just prophesize what the reaction is going to be before it's anywhere near that topic.
Yeah. You should start trying to test it out, because yesterday I was at the beach. I was passing these two girls that were like sitting down, and this one chick's like talking all this shit, and she's like, "So yeah, I fucked them. It was all right." And so I should have turned to her. I thought of it after. Had I known I should say this, I would have. I should have turned to her and said, "Just all right. It was just all right." Because I don't think she even thought anybody was listening to her. But I wish I had thought of it at that exact moment and just done it. Man, that would have been nice.
Wait, where was this?
It's at the beach.
Why would you casually...
She's talking to her friend while people are passing by.
This generation's truly lost, man. Truly lost.
Rip George Floyd.
we had an anniversary earlier this week. Floydmas, one would call it. This is definitely TOS. We're probably gonna get fucked for this.
No, come on. We're talking about a man's legacy here.
That's true. He does have a legacy.
He said there's something wrong with these trans. He also says there's something wrong with these trans people. We're not going to really reflect too much on that. We're just going to say, yeah, it was. Let me see if I can find the exact quote here. Hold up, I almost got it. Yeah. So he said these trans folks straight up fucked in their head. That's what George Floyd said, not me. That's what George Floyd said in 2011 on his Twitter account. Big Floyd 73.
He had a Twitter?
Yeah.
He had time to...
He was a rapper, Twitter? Man.
He was?
Yes, he had a rap song, dude. Or I don't know if he was an actual rapper. He was like in a rap video. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, was it the one where he's like...
I thought he might have rapped in that, no?
Or was it like the girls twerking and they like...
Yeah. You know the gif. Let's see. Let's see. George Floyd rapping. I swear. Let's pull this up. Dude, George Floyd's rap song with DJ Screw, Keeping It Real. Like, is that the actual one?
I don't know.
I saw a YouTube video saying Prince of No Air. Okay.
Tell me how am I supposed to breathe with no air?
Yeah, like this seems like it's an actual rap song from him because it's like from like 3 years ago. Let's see. George Floyd's rap song with DJ Screw. That might be real. Let's listen to it, see if it's real. The Prince of No Air. Bro. I kind of want to listen to that one, but I don't know. That might be a little risky. Even though it's on YouTube. Okay, let's see.
I see that smiling friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just okay.
It's gonna go down. I know what I'm talking about. working with wheel, holding with grain, showing my ass cause I'm doing the same thing, flipping to the boomerang Friday night, everything tight, man I'm coming through, I'm
This is
getting
like
high as a kite, it's
between
the
80s and 90s rap.
at that Sterling
Yeah.
Green, throw up that third wall.
Harry Obama.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Okay, well these comments are something, aren't they? Breathtaking song. He sure was when the cuss were going on. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, if you guys want to see those comments, you could check out the video.
You can
check out the video. That's publicly available on YouTube. We might have to reserve that Prince of Nowhere song just for a private listening session. Now it's kind of funny because there were I was showing this to my cousins, like these memes. They were not ready for these memes, you know. And so
you dropped them on them?
Yeah.
Bro.
Like, have you seen the one where it's like when I say ice, we'll say ice is in get rid of, right? You know the slang, the lingo. You know, when I say ice all men, I really mean all. And then there's a gentleman who says even George Floyd, and she says, literally, what the fuck is wrong with you? Well, why did you say it if you didn't mean it? You know how like women are saying
she doesn't know how absolutes work.
Yeah, you know how women are saying like I'd rather be with a bear than a man, like, alone. Like, I'd rather be in the woods with a bear than with a man. They're less afraid of the bear because of what a man can do. I mean, as if a bear can't do anything, right?
Have we
should ask
never
them.
talked about that before?
I'm just saying, I have a new twist for it. You got to ask them.
Okay.
Would you rather be alone with a bear or a black man? Now that's where you get them, because if they're racist, they're gonna have to show it now.
They're exposed.
They're gonna have to expose themselves. Exactly. If they pick bear, they're racist. If they pick black man, they don't really hate men. You got them.
Oh, yeah. So it's not all men. Then you narrow it down. Then you get to the real issue.
So what men do you not like, huh? I'm not going to say what race. What people. It was a white man. Yeah, so I don't know, Gregory.
Yo, you know what you could do? You could, since they're obviously assuming it's a white guy, now you could give them the double racist thing.
Oh, so you didn't say man before because you thought we were talking about a white guy?
Yeah.
And you just didn't even think of black men? What's wrong with you?
Exactly.
Yeah. Because you didn't think of those POCs, you're a POS.
What? They're NPC characters to you? They're just not in your life?
Exactly. Like, you don't see enough black men to think that they're included in a group of men? Like, what?
It's 2024.
Yeah.
2024, the year of our Lord George Floyd, the first, I assume. And you still, what's wrong with you? Decolonize your mind.
Would you rather be alone with a bear or a trans?
No
That's
comment.
It, trans. No, you asked the women that. Trance, like TRANCE?
Yeah, like trance music.
Trance music. Does it shut itself off after a while when you play it?
What do you mean?
I mean, you just leave it on playing and it just turns itself off.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, like it's having like a great time for a bit, and then all of a sudden it just stops, and you're like, oh, where'd the trance go? The trance was here. Now it's turned itself off.
But it more just so happens like maybe like what, 48% of the time?
Yeah, I think it's like 50 at this point.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that one movie where that guy's like jumping off from like that ledge? You've seen what I'm talking about?
You'd have to give me more details.
There's like a meme about this, and then there's like it's like, you know, those people 48% of the time. And there's like a movie of a guy where he's like running and then he like jumps off this like ledge inside of a building, like to another floor, I guess, or something.
No,
I can't remember.
Any bills.
I can't remember, but you know what we will react to? Let's react to Mr. Beast.
Mr. Breast.
Mr. Beast. Let's react to some Mr. Beast because, you know, there's a particular character we might have to look out for on Mr. Beast. A particular figure, huh? You know?
Mr. Breast.
Well, Mr. Breast is actually Kris.
Oh.
Let's start scrolling through some Beast shorts, okay?
This is the most expensive coffee in the world. Do you want to know why it's so expensive?
Yes.
Promise you will still drink it. Okay.
Sounds ominous.
They
It's
have
Kris.
these 20 elephants
Oh.
digest the beans and they grab it out of their poop.
So this is poop coffee.
I love coffee. Don't ruin this for me.
Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Everyone cheers. Yum.
I just don't like coffee.
I don't hate it. I think it's good.
I kind of like it.
No one's developed a taste for it.
No one likes poop.
No, you want to get it
Well, actually, Kris, you're the one that likes poop, okay?
from the source?
Yeah. So
Is that
there we
true?
go. What? That Kris likes poop?
Yeah.
Well, he left his wife and kid to become something else, to metamorphosize.
This is
Poop
Oops.
eater.
Huh?
A poop eater.
Yeah, well, we don't have to call him that, you know. But he kind of just did. I mean, if you look at the video, he just did, right? I mean,
He did eat poop.
he poop. He did eat poop right there. So, I mean, is he packing it? That's all I'm saying. Let's see. I don't know exactly which shorts have Kris in them. So that's going to be a little, who is this? That's just his girlfriend or something? Watch it be Kris in disguise. That's actually Kris too. He doesn't have a lot of shorts. Mr. Beast doesn't have a lot of short videos. Let's look up Mr. Beast Kris compilation. Kris with a K, guys. Kung Fu Panda. Saw that in the recommendations. My bitch called. She said, ooh, Flight reacts to, you remember Flight, man? Flight reacts to Kris for 6 minutes. I mean, we could just watch it. We could react to somebody reacting to Kris. React to Flight reacting to Kris. I mean, you know, if the black man's doing it, it's got to be funny. Come on. Let's see. 1 hour of Flight reacting to sus moments in the corner there. You want to watch that? Sus moments. But we need to see him react to Diddy sus moments.
Kai Cenat.
Sean Diddy. Hold on, let me try reloading this. You know, it's always this damn screen share, you know, that gets me.
This blasted sharing of screens.
It's always this screen share, man. What the fuck, man? Who invited it?
Whoa.
Oh hell no, man! What the fuck, man?
Get out.
What the Sigma, bro? Get out!
Still can't understand why you didn't think that was Tuco. That's Tuco, bro.
Yeah. Okay, it's not responding, bruh. I need to see Flight react to Kris. This needs to happen. It's all clips of Kris.
The tube doesn't want you to see it.
Nope. Christina. Christina.
Die,
No,
bitches and die, bitch. Niggas working online, at least I'm die rich.
But
Oh,
I
no.
didn't hear nothing about good Wi-Fi, so I probably still pass on it. But
We're
if they had
sleeping
nice
together.
Wi-Fi, I could play the game.
What? They got an Asian maid for Kris? Turn him straight again.
That was really good sleep. Well, wake up. We're gonna land.
They're trying to give him a massage and get him back to normal, like factory reset.
Most expensive commercial flight. Time for private flights. We'll go to discover their next great job. If this blimp crashes and I die, you guys can just use ZipRecruiter to find a new job. That'll make it.
Bro, he had a sus reaction to that.
All right, let's do this. Goodbye, Chandler. Goodbye, forever. I think I heard forever. He could have promoted.
Don't take Kris up there.
That's a blimp that flies.
Kris is gonna jump.
Oh!
There's also massages on this plane. How is it, Carl?
Massages?
So I really just shouldn't.
Gentlemen,
Bruh.
how were we able to afford this plane?
I would say only our fans.
And because of that, we invited a bunch of random subscribers.
Oh, W! Doing yo. Holy!
Each of the boys will hide
What
I don't think he's
happened?
reacting enough to Kris. He's not. He's only giving faces. He's not reacting enough to Kris. Now let's keep watching though.
So you're gonna blow up the whole house with the fireworks?
Kris, don't stay in there.
I'm about to say, I'm like, what are you doing?
Kris, don't do it.
Let's blow this house up. Hey, be careful. If you accidentally press one, the house explodes.
Oh my goodness.
Where's your mannequin? Bathtub?
Fridge under the washer.
Tree? Front porch.
Oh yeah, it's sitting right there.
This is going to
Direct?
be Kris into the car, so he sees what the
Direct
car sees.
Nasheed?
Kris! Hey! Oh, should we move? Yeah, we're sending a rocky car.
Oh, okay.
3, 2, 1, send the jet car!
Yeah, he just keeps giving like a look at the camera. I don't know about this.
Yeah,
Let's see if we can find another Kris sus moments compilation.
Now, I'm not very dialed into the lore here. Has this man always been kind of sus, and then this is just kind of something he saw coming, or is it like, whoa, came out of
Let's
nowhere?
look up his
type thing?
backstory. Let's see if there's a video essay on him. How Mr. Beast became the most hated Mr. Oh, how Kris became the most hated Mr. Beast member. I'm illiterate. Okay.
In all red letters. Yo, go back, go down.
What about
That guy's a classic.
Oh, this guy?
Before they were famous.
You want to watch him instead of this guy?
Yeah, that's like 10
They're both-
minutes.
They're both. Well, this one's 10 minutes. This one's 14.
Yeah, but this one's gonna be funnier.
And this one he spent a day with Kris. Brother.
Brother, yo, it's Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony was the one I was going at, not Kris, guys. Come on. I just don't like how Anthony became gay.
Wait, did he actually?
Bro, he just, I mean,
They have
it's just, how can he
63
not be,
genders up
honestly?
there, but they can't have my gender.
Bro,
you're gonna have to like
63 genders, but they don't have my gender. And then he just goes from that to, oh,
Before
whoops.
becoming synonymous with YouTube, superstar Mr.
Hold up.
I don't know if it's on your end too, but it's like lagging on my end.
No, it is.
Might want to unshare, then
They
share
have
again.
63 genders up there, but they can't have my gender.
Before becoming synonymous with YouTube, superstar Mr. Beast and
Okay, hold on.
Who's this guy? This isn't the guy. Where's the guy?
then surprising their fan base with the news that
Okay,
they were
this isn't
undergoing
helping.
They?
hormone replacement therapy. Content creator Kris Tyson was born on July 1st.
Oh my god.
Look at that nose.
Oh my god, bro.
Look at that nose.
Whoa, pause.
That's something
bro,
I didn't notice
pause.
before, you know. I'm
What's
just saying.
what's his last name again? It's Tyson? What's his real last name?
That's got to be a fake last name.
Yeah, what's his real last name?
1996 in Greenville, North Carolina. During a
Let's
childhood
go
spent
back.
growing up in their hometown, Kris would meet Jimmy, the content
Yeah, he
creator.
looks sus there.
Hold up. Let's go back.
What
I'm
we
trying to
do
click
is
back.
go back.
Trying to click back on this. Hold on. Jesus.
They have 63 genders up there, but they can't have my gender.
Before becoming synonymous with YouTube, superstar Mr. Beast, and then surprising their fan base with the news that they were undergoing hormone replacement therapy.
They.
Content creator Kris Tyson was born on July 1st, 1996 in Greenville,
Grammatically
North
inaccurate.
Carolina. During a childhood spent growing Chris would meet
Chris with the CH and Chris with the K are actually two different people.
And the
He was
two
cloned.
youngsters immediately hit it off, becoming fast friends. In fact, when Jimmy would later launch his very first YouTube channel, known at the time as Mr. Beast 6000, it was while both of them were students at the Greenville Christian Academy.
Whoa.
And guess what? Chris was the very first person to subscribe to Jimmy's channel. When asked by the Business Insider about this crucial moment in their early life, Chris told the media
Mr.
outlet,
Beast is actually
"Remember
a
the day
base
he
trad.
created it? Me and him were
You know, I
hanging out
couldn't
in
help
his
but
house.
Christian.
notice
He made
that
sure
it
I
didn't
was
say
the first person to
Catholic
subscribe, and he
Academy.
made the channel.
Didn't
From
say
that point
Orthodox
forward,
Yeah.
Chris would become Mr. Beast's most trusted collaborator, helping him film numerous videos. Once Chris moved off to college, they continued to assist Jimmy any way that they could, while splitting time between classes
Bruh.
and working part-time.
They're putting this thing on
at Best
Nickelodeon?
Buy. Eventually, Chris was faced with an important
Of course they
decision
are.
shortly
Why
after
wouldn't they?
finishing college and earning an entry
I thought Dan Schneider was out. Now they have Chris.
They had created interned at Jimmy, approaching his childhood best friend and asked, "Hey, I know you
thought
worked
that was
really
a thing
hard
of
for
the
that
past.
job, but can you quit it and just come work for me?" Tyson didn't have to think about it for long. They said yes to their longtime friend and haven't regretted that decision for a minute since. When Chris first officially joined Mr. Beast full time, the channel only had around 700,000 subscribers. That's certainly a
That's at
decent sized
70,000.
number, no doubt.
Yeah, this
about
guy's
it, but it
retarded.
pales in comparison
This
to
guy's
where
not
they
He can't
are
read.
today. 7 years later, after joining
I can't
can't
read.
read.
YouTube journey, Jonathan and Chris would have earned over 30 million subscribers on YouTube, putting the channel they built together in the upper echelon of social media and content creation accomplishments. Mr. Beast went through a particularly substantial period of growth in 2018 after uploading a video.
But where's
which
the
he orders
backstory?
Water at a series of different restaurants before leaving tips of $10,000. Pretty great tip, if you ask me. Told Business Insider a few
Let's skip a little bit. Let's see where we got the
for
story.
weeks at a time. And of course, their careers together, Chris and Jimmy have traveled all over the globe. But Chris' all-time favorite trip was when they once spent 24 hours in California sand dunes, only to stumble into a production crew who were busy filming Jumanji.
Is that
If
where you
doesn't give
switched?
you an idea of how hectic their life and
Saw The
schedule
Rock?
can be, then maybe this
Yeah.
will give you a better one. According to Chris, the team has often days where they have to wake up at 6 a.m. just to record something. That
Oh,
being
is
said,
that?
he's also willing to
He just
that
didn't
there are
sleep
nearly
enough.
just as many days when they don't have
How's
to
the
wake
stress
up
hormone
until
reaction?
closer to 1 p.m. Chris might have been the first person to join the team, but he's one of the few 24 employees now, including multiple video editors and writers, all of whom collaborated together on Mr. Beast content ideas from inception all the way to completion.
Bro, get to
And
the
if not at all
story.
unusual for Chris to be in charge of a team necessarily does in
Someone cut out so
reality.
much of this.
They never made it onto camera. Having to scrap video ideas that had already cost them upwards of they found since then. Tyson is still shocked at what they've accomplished together, telling Business Insider, "Never in a million years would
brother,
I think that
ew.
we'd
Are they
get to
not
this
gonna,
point. It's
like,
crazy
talk
for us
about
to
it at
think
all?
that this is just the beginning of everything." Of course, being a social media
Bro, I
maverick
mean, the other
all
one
around
had
content creator
transgender on the
game
actual
isn't the only
thumbnail.
process Chris is still in the beginning stages of. After carving out a life for themselves
Yeah.
that they never dreamt
Yeah, this is
possible,
kind
Chris married their
of a
longtime
waste.
Okay. Okay, so we're going with the one that said transgender on the thumbnail instead, because this is clearly going to have more substantial information for us, okay? And this guy, I'm sure he's going to get straight into it.
Kris Tyson is one of the OG members of the Mr. Beast channel and has been active in Jimmy's videos from the beginning of his career. However, in the span of the last month, Chris has had a
He
visible change in
identified as an
appearance
Apache
and has
attack
recently announced
helicopter.
that he has been going through hormone therapy by taking estrogen
Before identifying as a woman.
Him. How he has
Why does he
received
look
a lot of hate from
so
his public
different in that
announcements
first
and
picture?
might be will be discussed in this video. Chris is a crucial part of the Mr. Beast YouTube channel and has always stood out in the videos.
Dude, I mean,
because
looks like
of
a
his
manlet
style of
there.
humor. He's in the Mr. Beast production team here and there, but it would all change when Carl Jacobs was hired as an editor. Carl and Chris formed a very close friendship with each other, and when one of the ex-Mr. Beast members named Jack the Viking
Who's that?
left the Mr. Beast cast, it was the perfect opportunity
Never seen
for a
that
new
guy.
member to join. Carl and Chris' friendship was so strong that according to Mr. Beast himself, Chris wouldn't film videos unless Carl was with him in the main cast.
And then the other guy, Carl, he was my editor that Chris literally just became friends with. And Chris was like, I don't want to film unless Carl's around.
Does he
All
want to be with
right.
Carl?
Oh,
Like he
you're part of
became
the
a
team.
woman to become
As
to
soon
be
as
with
Carl
Carl?
and Chris were seen a lot
That
in
sounds
the
very
videos together,
sus.
many people would start to notice that Chris would start to change a bit. In a tweet that was published back in late 2020,
You think
Chris
Carl
would say
slept with him?
this. Also, I want to use my all to let everyone know that I am bisexual.
Yeah, see, there we
and
go.
when I told a few
Whoa,
people
you never would have guessed.
I got a lot of negative
That's
backlash
crazy,
from friends
bro.
/ family. Just know if the people around you don't love and support you, we always will. Even though this tweet didn't cause Chris to get a lot of hate, It were all the small changes after that led to people slowly seeing the so-called
So it wasn't
Carl
out of
effect.
nowhere.
During this time, people started
Greg!
questioning if Kris and his wife
It
were
was
weird,
Greg!
since they wouldn't be uploading images together on their social media. And Kris
Dude, I
wasn't
saw
burning his
the
wedding ring
fish tank
anymore.
recap,
In March of 2023,
and like I
this
saw
was
all the
confirmed,
stuff, all like
since
the clips
Kris
with
tweeted
Greg.
about explaining the situation. For a little over a
Hold
year
up.
now,
Oh my
me and
God,
Katie.
I saw all those clips with Greg on them. Not you, Greg, but you know, Mr. Beast Greg. Man, that guy, it was so awkward. Like he's got to have something, but it was so funny watching him. Have you seen those clips?
Wait, his name is Greg?
Yeah, the guy that's like Mr. Beast, like that looks like Mr. Beast. Yeah, you haven't seen him on Fish Tank?
No. Is that
He was on
season
Fish Tank
2?
season 2. Yeah.
I haven't been watching.
Oh, well, you could just
I
watch
was waiting
some
for them to
recap
upload it
videos.
on YouTube.
No, I just did like I just watched recap videos. It was this guy, like Cucumber Feet or something.
You gotta support the main guys though.
Well, you know, you can't just wait for the episodes to come out. They're never gonna, it's like season 3 is almost here.
I mean, I'm waiting.
Okay. Well, I might
Patience is a
watch season
virtue.
2.5 live. Because it's coming out in like end of July.
2.5.
End of June, I think. Yeah, they're like doing like a games, like airsoft games. Yeah.
Damn.
Okay, let's see how Kris became transgender.
Yes,
Transginger.
separated. We are finalizing things soon, but these things take time. We like to keep our personal lives private, which a lot of people don't understand because we share so much.
Did he sleep
but
with
this
Carl?
is the only time I want to discuss it. Please respect our privacy and please do not comment asking questions about the specific topic. Some people would blame this on Carl because he supposedly changed Kris to the point where his relationship with his wife
bro.
would deteriorate.
He's got like a
told you.
femboy.
Kris started tweeting more
I don't know
where
about
this
the
would've came from.
LGBT community, transgender people in specific. This was coupled with his
Yeah, keep
appearance
that
in their Mr. Beast
keep
videos
that
starting
face
to
clean,
adopt
boy.
more feminine traits. With his hair growing out, him curling his hair, him painting his nails, and him wearing predominantly feminine clothes. But these
brother,
were all just characteristics that didn't have a huge impact on most of the viewership. However, a Twitter user named Blix would upload a comparison image with the title, "Bro, WTF happened?"
Yeah, what
that
the hell?
would gain a lot of traction. There were
See,
a
he
lot of
looks so
negative
much
comments,
like
such as "The Matrix got to him." Carl
not
ruins
him
everything.
in that
Matrix.
photo.
I blame Carl Jacobs. Wokeness destroys the mind, the body, the soul. I still blame Carl. There were also some lesser serious ones.
Saul
like
Goodman.
Mr. Beast done showed him the beast. Or some
Mr.
people who
Beast done showed the beast. Bruh. Yeah, Mr. Beast put him back in line after he was falling for Carl. He's like, nah, Kris. I'm gonna have to put you back in line. You need to know the hierarchy. You don't just get to choose. I get to choose. Starts whipping him. Who's Mr. Beast's bottom bitch? It's Kris, or is it who's the other guy? Chandler.
generally didn't.
Kris is his bottom
but
bitch.
Everything would change when Kris quote tweeted this announcing HRT, and it's only been 2 months.
It doesn't even
Shocked
look like
emoji.
it's on
If you don't know,
hormones.
HRT stands for hormone replacement therapy.
Whoa.
That is either used to
Got?
feminize the body using estrogen.
Got. It's not got. It's got. Because it's got to be
like,
fake.
Got.
It's not got because it's got to be fake.
I can believe
or
it's not butter.
masculinize a body using anti-estrogens. Since Kris was already male to begin with, it is very likely that he has been taking estrogen hormones for 2 months now. The Mr. Beast crew members would be very supportive of Kris
Mr. Beast.
transitioning, such as Nolan saying, "Holy smokes, I'm proud of you," or Carl saying, "Fuck the goofy motherfuckers, keep running your own stuff."
Bruh.
Kris would respond by thanking Carl for being such an inspiration. "Carl, thanks for being an inspiration to me and so many other people to be happy and comfortable being your
He says Carl's the
Everybody can
inspiration, not
decide
even
on their
Kris.
own whether or not this change was positive
Nah,
or negative
Kris.
for
Kris, I don't
But
like.
from
I don't like what he's doing. But Carl, I like what you're doing, Carl.
this message, Kris has basically confirmed that Carl has influenced him in such a way that he can express himself comfortably. Ultimately,
Yo,
verifying
Carl legit turned this bro gay.
Is Carl gay?
Carl legit. Let's look him up. Let's look up Carl Mr. Beast. Hold on. Let me look him up.
I'm
Carl with
learning
a
more
K?
about Mr. Beast than I ever knew I would.
Let's see what his last name is. Carl.
The only exposure I
Oh,
had to
Jacobs?
Mr. Beast was that one time they were on a separate long form video thing.
Carl doesn't have any sort of early life on his Wikipedia.
I couldn't even find a Wikipedia for the other guy.
For Kris?
Yeah.
There's no Wikipedia for Kris?
I didn't
His name
find
is
it.
He says formerly known as Gamer Boy Carl, is an American streamer, American Twitch streamer. Let's see, career. Yeah, there's no like extra facts about him, so we can't really learn all that much other than about his career. Let's see if there's like another wiki page for him, like one of those like fan wikis.
Yeah.
Oh wait, AI's making me a quick early life for him. No, it only talks about his gamer stuff. Personal life, interesting facts. Girls' preferred pronouns are he, him. That's what the AI is telling me. Maybe it says that on his Twitter. Actually, that might be a good thing to investigate. His Twitter. His Twitter account. Does it have profiles on here? Yeah, he got his profile. He got his. Oh man, you need to see this. You need to see this. Look at this. You see this?
It's over.
Bro is literally a femboy. Yeah, and then he has his pronouns right there. Yeah, not Drake. Where's Kris, bro? Where's Kris?
You got to be careful with these Twitters.
Yeah,
There's no rules here.
There might be something you're not trying to see. There might be something you're not trying to see. There might be something you're not trying to see. But Carl ain't posting. You know, he is marketing himself toward children. He better not be posting it. But he does paint his fingernails. He does paint his fingernails, and it looks like he was doing that before Kris did. Yeah, I don't know, man. He's a little sus. There's definitely got to be something going on between him and Kris.
That Christian Academy fucked them up.
Bro, there's definitely something going on between him and Kris. There ain't something right with them boys.
That boy ain't right.
Something ain't right with them boys.
Now listen. Is there any more evidence you need to know which one of these, if you were to pick one, might lead to less favorable outcomes in terms of like religious stuff? I'm just saying. Just saying.
Well, let's see what happened with Kris.
That
I mean,
the
don't we
Carl
already
effect
know?
is real. Not everyone was
Well,
very happy.
we have to know.
Effect is real.
We have to
As there
know.
were comments arguing, this is not going to end well. It isn't too late to turn
That's
back.
true.
It looks like he's dying. Unsubscribed,
Cassandra.
unfollowed, and unbeasted.
Bro, I didn't even know Cassandra.
Unbeasted.
Like, you know Cassandra Fairbanks or Cassandra McDonald's?
Never
You know
heard
that woman?
either
She
of
like
them.
does like Timcast's. She does like the guest for Timcast. She used to like write for the Gateway Pundit. Do you know about the Gateway Pundit?
I don't know anything you just mentioned.
Okay, so the Gateway Pundit is basically like this, like, you know, it'll be called like a far right media. You know, it's kind of like they have a lot of stuff that it is very like right wing, you know. So they do have a lot of stuff where they kind of they have very different things than what you would see in the quote unquote mainstream media. But anyway,
They're
she was like
working
a
for
writer.
Timcast?
She's working for him now.
How does
She's
that
like
work?
his like booker. I mean, she got hired as his booker, and she just like invites the guests on the show. And I think she does.
Tim is like, I mean, now he's kind of more right wing, but he's kind of like centrist.
No, he's kind of more right wing, but yeah, I mean, he's okay bringing people on like that. I mean, I thought about that too when he first did it, but honestly, it just kind of makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. You should check his Twitter, because sometimes he just says stuff that it's like, well, he doesn't even like really say this that much on his channel, but it's like kind of like, yeah, these are some more not extremely right wing, but yeah, you could tell it's more so like conservative takes. But anyway, not to mean Tim is based or anything necessarily for that stuff. I'm just saying it's something you wouldn't necessarily think of him.
He's a skate boy. Skate
Yeah,
boy.
but point
Punk
being,
boy.
that woman, she said something about it's so over for him or something. I don't know. She didn't like the way Kris looks. But guess what? I found somebody posting that lady, who I guess you just don't have no affiliation or don't know, she used to post her tits online.
The Booker?
Yeah.
The Booker? That
Yeah, bro,
dirty Booker?
Yeah. I would show it, but I can't, guys.
What? No, you can't show it. Yeah.
I would, guys. But anyway, her name was, before being Cassandra McDonald, it was Cassandra Fairbanks. So that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know.
Is this, there was like, wait, no, yeah, I can't talk about that. Never mind.
Okay.
Son that
I'm
is
just gonna
around
leave
2
you in,
years old, and many people were discontented after realizing that the son now has a missing father figure in his life. There
He has
goes a
two
father
mommies.
figure the kid won't
He
ever
has two
be able to
mommies.
look up to. Hard times create strong men create good times
Dos
create
madres.
weak men, and weak men create hard times. Weak man times. Kris would quote tweet again by responding, "This is just more dog whistling that somehow."
I remember
trans
there was
and
this kid in
gender
my
non-confirming
elementary who had
folks
two
aren't
moms.
safe around kids. Tucker begs for me to come
Actually?
back when I leave for like 2 days to film. He's so loved and happy. Kids
Yeah,
aren't
no, I mean
born
like
with
his
AIDS.
moms were actually like they were actually like together. Like this is, I don't know if there was a biological mother or what, but one of them had a very short haircut, first of all. And then he's like, God gave me 2 mommies. Yeah, that was something. It really
Public
was
school
something.
be like,
It wasn't even a public school.
oh,
It wasn't even a public school.
I literally
Just,
didn't even know that existed until I got into high school.
Public school?
No, yeah, no, the
Lesbians?
The, like, yeah.
You didn't know lesbians existed? Like that they had
Yep.
kids? I didn't know transgenders existed until I was probably in like middle school or high school. I was probably in
I
middle
didn't know
school.
about that until like college.
You didn't know about transgenders?
Not really.
Lucky.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm doing like a side tangent here. This Fairbanks broad, she used to work for a Russian site, apparently, a news agency. Sputnik, it's called.
Okay.
But apparently she's Catalonian
Mhm.
and Puerto Rican. I don't understand how. I'm really confused.
Yeah, just pull up her tits. You'll be all right. Okay, so let's see Mr. Beast. Let's see Kris.
It's taught by people like you, and my child will only know love. I know I'm going to
My
be a
child will
great
only know
parent,
love.
and so is
Well,
every
you
other person.
only
who
have his
puts the love
mom,
of their
so he'll-
children before everything. I made this decision because I wanted to show up as my best and happiest self for him. In a way, this was for Tucker. However, this was all just information.
That was
Kris
not for
posted on
Tucker.
his main account with almost 1 million
Cap.
followers. Kris also has a second account named
Hey,
Kris the Alt
Chris
God,
Tyson
which
says
has
any
240,000
pronouns on his Twitter.
followers.
Look, it says any pronouns, okay? So we can call him him.
He first clarified his bisexuality by stating this: I was reading my Instagram comments, and unless I missed something new in my own life, I'm 99.9% sure I still like both genders, lol. I'll see you next time I come out as bi for the 438,905th time. Kris is also very happy that he decided to be public about his hormone usage, as he states here. I'm genuinely so glad so many people are learning what HRT is and how it can and
bro.
has helped so many people become.
Yeah, I'm glad these kids
I was
are learning
super
about
nervous to
hormone
be public
replacement
about this because
for
I've always been so
transgenders.
private when it comes to this. But seeing conversations started
How about we
because of me
teach
is
kids about
amazing.
steroids?
It makes everything so worth it. I'm so
That'd be better
excited
for
to
them.
have more conversations like this in the future with you all. He again uploaded an image with his son stating, if I didn't have this little nugget, I'd never have gotten this far. He's taught me so much about myself in such a
I'd never
short time.
gotten
this
I
far.
can't wait to learn through life together. Mr. Beast
Interesting,
himself
Kris.
was
Interesting.
very
Tell us
open
more.
to support his friend Kris.
What did
as
you
he
learn
replied
from your
positively
child,
to a lot
Kris?
of his tweets. Informed consent HRT saved my and many others' lives. The hurdles GNC people have to jump
Or
through
GNC.
to get life-saving, gender-affirming
gender
healthcare in a
non-conforming.
first-world country is
Have to jump through to get life-saving, gender-affirming healthcare in a first world country is wild to me. But what about a third world country, Kris? How many hoops do they have to go through?
Like 7 at least.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it just depends on the country. Like if you're like in Thailand or like where are the places? Is that where they also sell like steroids just at the store? You can just buy them.
I don't know. I don't buy steroids.
Bro, I was seeing a guy buy Tren. Just like I think it might have been in Thailand. There was like some lady just at a store selling them. Based.
I
wild
mean,
to me. Just let people make informed decisions about their own bodies. Got you, heart. I did one more heart than call because I'm a better friend. Jimmy, you are so real for this. Way realer than call. On a different tweet,
Yeah,
somebody
because that's what
commented,
he
"In a few
told you.
years,
You're
look
like,
back at
bottom bitch, you're gonna support me, not Carl.
this thread and remember they were never your friends. Only yes men cowards. Hope you come out of this safe. Mr. Beast responded, opinion irrelevant, ratio. The guy responded,
That
"I have
wasn't even
30
like a harsh
followers, so
what?
go ahead and ratio me. I'll still rest easy knowing I'm not a coward who idly stands by watching a friend ruin his own life." Carl
Okay, that one's a
responded,
bit more
"I am
harsh.
watching the whole friend group living happy lives, being them to the truest extent and counting up their money, but keep battling on Twitter. Many mainstream influencer news outlets such as Drama Alert and Dexerto covered this incident. But Sneeko, who I talked about multiple times in
Yo.
the videos, was not shy to share his opinion as well.
The Kris I know was like a truck driving, AK-47 shooting, Call of Duty playing, dip chewing. Yep. That was the Kris I knew. That was the Kris I knew. Was woo! up, Trump? What's up with all these trannies? Chris, he had a southern accent. He was driving monster trucks, and he helped me shoot my first AK-47. And he was chewing dip, and he was smoking Marlboro Reds. He had just bought a big truck with all the Mr. Beast money. That was Chris. What the happened? The people that are encouraging this, they think that they're doing the right thing. They're all brainwashed. Even Mr. Beast thinks that he's doing the right thing by supporting his friend Chris. Brainwashed. If you
Did somebody say brain rot?
You would not encourage his delusion now. You would look at the long term and see that this is something that he's doing because he is brainwashed by social media, because he's living in the West where this is pushed by a bunch of garbage. If you were really his friend right now, you would hear what I'm saying, because someone's going to clip this and send it to him. You would tell him you've made the wrong decision.
This whole situation gets more interesting after realizing that Kris and Mr.
Oh, the attack helicopter. Oh, yeah. Is that what Kris was actually doing in that one video where we saw him like with the cardboard on his arms? Because I was just joking that he was identifying as an attack helicopter, but apparently that might have actually been what they were making fun of there. So he really did identify as an attack helicopter.
Mr. Beast were both under fire a few years ago for a video they made about transgender people titled "I Sexually Identify as an Attack Helicopter," where Kris would dress up and pretend to be an Apache attack helicopter.
Bro, what are you doing? Bro? Did you just assume my gender?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to misgender you.
You're such a heliphobe. Get out.
I sexually identify
Bruh.
as an attack helicopter.
The irony.
Ever
Holy
since I was a
shit.
boy, I dreamed
Yeah.
of soaring over the oil fields, dropping hot, sticky loads on disgusting
What?
flooring.
Whoa.
People say to me that a person being a
Whoa.
helicopter is impossible. I'm having a plastic surgeon install rotary blades, 30mm cannon,
Yeah, that was
and
the attack
AMG
helicopter right there.
114 Hellfire missiles on my body. From now on, I want you guys to call me Apache and respect my right to kill from above. And
Is
kill
this like where the
needlessly.
attack helicopter
If you
meme
can't
started,
accept
or was
me-
it like just that they were going on the trend?
No.
Seems
it had
more
to
like
be
they were going on
trend.
the trend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did that even start?
I think it was like 4chan now.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
where everything starts.
Yeah.
You're a heliphobe and need to check your vehicle privilege.
It's time to live my dream.
It's funny looking at him do this now. I feel like back in the day it might have not been as funny.
Every day, countless vehicles are born into human bodies. I've never told anyone this, but I was actually born a tank, but sadly, it wasn't one of our 52 genders.
But when watching these clips, one needs to consider that
It's
YouTube was
funny
a
seeing
completely
Mr.
different
Beast say it.
landscape back in 2016. So
It's
a
funny
joke
seeing
that
him
might
say
seem
it.
absolutely insensitive right now could have been totally acceptable just 7 years ago. But the comments Kris receives on his TikTok videos, especially on his newest video where he showed a framed image of Carl holding his son Tucker, were mostly unsupportive of Chris's change. Can't spell Carl without L. Carl is taking
Oh,
his
man.
son too.
Oh, man.
Bro, what's happened? He hangs around Carl too much.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess that's it for Kris, right? I mean, there's nothing else really going on with him at that point. Man, that's crazy. Why Kris from Mr. Beast became transgender? I feel like there's not really much of an explanation other than Carl, right? Carl made him bisexual, and then he's like, you know what? I want to be a woman now. I mean, I don't know where exactly you get from one to the other, but yeah. I mean, I kind of do. But it seems like there was a bit of a leap from one to it seems like there had to have been like something else going on, you know? Not every bisexual person becomes another gender, you know?
It's usually because they're, not actually bisexual.
Yeah.
I think like, well, I don't really know. This is kind of uncharted territory here. I don't know how far I can talk about this. But generally, when it's like a woman, it's kind of just like, oh, I think my man likes this, I'll do it type thing. But if it's the other way around, then it's a bit different.
Beta.
I've never met some guy that said he was bisexual that was, well, I mean, by definition, you would also be gay, but like, you can usually, like, they have the mannerisms and all that, you know?
Yeah. I mean, like,
it's
Destiny.
very rare that I meet somebody, or like, I don't think it's ever happened at all, or I meet somebody that declares himself as that and isn't someone you're like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
It makes sense with Destiny.
It does. It really does.
Yeah. Isn't he, what's he doing now? Is he just like,
He got rid of the blue hair.
Really? So he got rid of his broad. He got rid of the hair. I mean, he didn't get really. I mean, I guess he did get rid of his broad in the sense of like, because I think it was him that actually left her. No, or did she leave him? How did that work?
No, she left him.
Okay,
Bro, how
she
did you
left him
miss
for the
this?
guy.
This is a huge thing.
Right. Well, I don't know if it was like, because I remember, I don't know if it was like the text of him saying like, if you can't like do something, we're done. But like maybe at that point she had already decided to be with him. I can't remember exactly how it went down. You know what I'm talking about? Because it might have just been the case.
The guy almost never leaves, especially when they're in that situation. It's always the woman that instigates the separation.
Yeah, well, I don't know, man. I guess that's the case. So yeah, well, he got left by her, and that made him somewhat maybe boss up. I don't know. Did he boss up? He got rid of the blue hair. Maybe it's happening. Maybe he's bossing up.
Maybe. I mean,
Maybe
he was
he'll
on
stop sleeping with
Peterson.
men.
That's the only other thing I know about him.
He'll stop sleeping with men.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
You don't think that's gonna? Well, then he'll never boss up.
Dude, he lives in Miami.
Well, I mean, why does that mean that you can't stop that? Why can't you just be normal?
Did you just imply that? There are too many flowers in the field over Miami. You know what I'm saying? Too many flowers in the field.
I understand.
It's like bouquet after bouquet.
Now let's see. Are you familiar with queso?
Queso?
Queso.
Queso?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know queso.
Yeah. It's kind of funny that that's his name too, right?
Oh, you mean okay? No, I thought you were talking about like actual queso. I was like, oh,
No. Queso the streamer, man.
I have no idea who that is.
You don't know queso?
I'm not terminally online.
Bro, you don't know anything about brain rot.
I don't.
Let's see.
I'm
Queso makes
merely,
impossible decisions on Would You Rather. So, we need that. We need to watch that. That's exactly what we need to watch. I want to watch Queso rate food. You haven't seen Queso? He's like this big guy. Everybody says like he's just bigger than he is. I mean, well, they basically make these jokes that he's like so obese that like the sun's like his microwave, you know? Let's see, Queso.
Oh.
Yeah. You're banned. Oh, you're banned. You know that? Where it's like people saying like bro, like it's like he's like, bro, imagine what it would be like to be a whale, and then somebody's like, sadly, you don't have to imagine or something. He's like, yep, you're banned. Have a good night. You seen that guy?
I saw the one where he's doing the burger identification thing. Or was that him, or is that some other guy?
Burger identification. Yeah, it's probably him.
I ain't even like 1 to 10.
That's Wendy's for sure. Oh no, like that shit.
Yeah.
Chat, here we go. My favorite part of the day. Type 1 if you're locked in.
Why do you sound like
his favorite part of the day is rating burgers? Okay, hold up. Let me. All right, so we got our queso makes impossible decisions on Would You Rather.
Ain't even like 1 to 10. How we doing, ladies and gentlemen? I'm back.
He's back. Was he ever gone? He's too big to not ever go anywhere, bro.
Favorite part of the day. Type 1 if you're locked in.
I'm back.
Favorite part of the day, where all the real stuff in life gets talked about right here.
Oh God!
Chat, this is where all the real stuff in life gets talked about.
Is he like Northeastern?
Okay.
The real stuff
Everybody
in life is
lock
food.
in. Y'all know it's time to lock in. We love these right here.
Probably. I don't know.
The ability to
the Jersey
Oh,
thing.
we did that one. Okay. Next.
We need
chicken
to see the food.
sandwich or pancakes.
That's a tough comparison. Why would you do that?
Well, what would you pick?
Oh my goodness.
Pancakes are kind of mid now that I don't eat them really.
Yeah.
But I also
gotta
don't
go
eat
with
chicken
sandwich,
sandwiches.
though. I gotta go with
I was
chicken
gonna go with that
sandwich.
because
Yeah,
that's
I'm sorry,
protein.
Chad, sorry.
I might go with pancakes
Who
since
just
milk
ate
powder
everything
pancakes
on
counts.
screen? Anyway, Waffle House or Taco Bell?
Waffle
The
House.
Taco Bell. Sorry, I love me some Waffle House. But I prefer
Taco Bell's disgusting.
It really is just disgusting.
All right.
Deplorable.
This is getting out of hand.
What?
Come out, dude. Like you, pinching for pennies, pushing 50 years old, morbidly obese.
Pushing 50, bro, does not look 50. I mean, maybe the fat fills in all the wrinkles. I don't know. Have you ever seen that happen? Somebody's like fat and it makes them kind of look like not as old because the fat fills in the wrinkles.
Not that I know of. Oh, he's really
bro.
gone.
He's just, yeah, he. Well, how is he gone, bro? Did he have to roll away? Bruh. Okay, is he coming back? There we go.
Literally no way. You have ruined the sanctity.
The sanctity.
But what's he gonna rate next? We need to see his top 5 ones. Those are pretty good.
All right, this is getting out of hand.
He's
Come
just
out,
playing-
dude.
oh yeah, he's just doing Would You Rather. We could skip to the.
You gotta be kidding.
Is that low IQ, pinching for pennies,
No
pushing
way.
50 years old, morbidly obese Twitch streamer Queso? Stop eating everything on screen, biggest planet in the universe, or I'll make you eat veggies.
No, I'm never gonna stop eating.
Ho, ho, ho. Lemonade or orange juice?
Orange juice, easy. Bro, orange juice is goated.
Yeah, but I do like lemons.
Orange juice is goated.
Did you seriously just go right back into the video like nothing happened?
I love orange juice.
Okay,
But
bro,
by the
what?
way,
How did lemonade get 100%?
That is actually kind of shocking.
go ahead and find whoever made this edit and get them banned out of the Discord ASAP.
Mac and cheese or spaghetti bolognese.
What? Mac and cheese, though.
Bro, I don't like pasta.
Why did you play 15 ads? Yo, listen here, Z.
I'm not a pasta guy.
didn't play 15
I'll go with the mac and
ads.
cheese
I
just because
didn't
that's butter.
choose to.
Yeah.
Visit
I skipped the-
McDonald's all by yourself.
Let's see.
Visit McDonald's with the second person that
Queso
pops
eats
up
McDonald's all
after
by
you
himself.
sharing more.
He does.
Or visit McDonald's with the first person that pops up when you click share. And then
Yeah,
more.
these I hate these TikToks when they do that shit, bro. Like he's got that. He's got that. Hold on, let's go to his top 5 ones because those are funny because they make him rage. Sometimes he saves like his number 1 spot for the last thing and then it just ends up being like a salad.
Joey salads?
No,
Hey, what's up?
not
It's Joey Salads here.
Have you not seen Joey Salads recently? He does like these like social experiments. One I saw
Isn't he
of him,
always
he was
doing
like,
that?
yeah, but he's been doing it. He's been doing these ones where it's like he has he pays moms and he's like, I don't know if he's like pays them or what, but he's saying like, oh, like how much would you want to bet that your kid wouldn't like go with me like if I asked, you know? I don't know if he does money on those. But he's just like, oh, would you like to bet that your kid wouldn't like just go with a stranger if he like offers her something like a dog or something like that? And that like they end up doing it. He did some where it's like he pays a couple, like he's like, how much for me to spend the night with her? And he sees how much the guy will go for. Like he starts offering like 20, 30,000, stuff like that.
Isn't that like old stuff though? I thought he's been doing that since
Really?
like 2020.
I've just been seeing that posted on his Instagram.
Maybe he's reposting it.
Yeah, it might be. It might be. He might just not have like the capital anymore to be offering $30,000 to people to sleep with their girls. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is the one. Queso ranking foods. It's like a bunch of shorts.
Isn't his last name Saladino?
Isn't it?
Relation?
Italians.
Oh, that's not where I was going, but yeah.
One. Dr. Pepper's got to go in a solid. I'm putting Dr. Pepper in 3.
I haven't tried Dr. Pepper.
I've never had Dr. Pepper.
I've never had Dr. Pepper. I was never really a big soda guy, though I do have a Coke with me right now. But I never really
Bro.
drank much soda anyway, so I didn't really get that high fructose corn syrup from the soda at least.
Coca-Cola is like the
I was
bottom
never a big
tier
soda
of all
guy.
sodas.
Red wine?
It's Dr. Pepper is a different thing entirely.
Well, so you would drink a Mexican Dr. Pepper
Yeah, hold on. Give me a sec.
rather than a Coke. Red wine is not as good as white wine.
I gotta put it in 6. If I could put this in 30,
Is that a
if I
Mexican
would.
Sprite?
Sprite.
I
is
don't
the
know,
most
but Sprite is good.
overrated
Sprite is
drink
good.
to ever exist.
He doesn't like
I
Sprite.
don't understand why people
claim they like Sprite so much you don't like Sprite. You only claim to like Sprite just so you can fit in with your friend group.
That's not true.
I mean, I'm not married to it, but I mean, it's not bad.
I don't know if I've tried a Red Bull.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Let's see what's in number 2. I'm putting orange juice in number 1.
Yeah.
What's in number 2? Give it to me.
I've had a Red Bulls.
I don't know why he likes water, bro.
I knew it was going to happen. I should have put OJ in too. That was still a good.
Why would you like
Why?
water?
Yeah.
so much?
Why is water so high? What the fuck?
Bro, if you chug water, that's going to raise your prolactin. It's a stress response from the actual chugging of water. So don't do that. Don't be like Queso. Don't do it.
That's a good song.
This
Or track.
is how you eat a Big Mac, nigga.
Does it count as a song if it's sampled vocals?
Yeah. I mean, it depends on if the vocals maybe are like chopped up or if they're actually like singing like for the full extent of it, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go with song. Yeah, that's a good song. Anyway, I don't know. Yeah, I've only seen that one thing he did with the burger thing where he was like deciding which burger looked like what like food thing or whatever. Which I got pretty much entirely right, except for the ones that I just never saw before.
Yeah. Somebody made a diss track where it was like that, except for he was dissing McDonald's. It's like McChicken, yeah, that's a light snack.
That's a light snack. I mean, depending on what you get, it is a light snack.
Well, yeah,
That
I
shit
used
makes
to
you
I used
hungry.
to eat those spicy McChickens. It just tasted better than the school lunch.
It's amazing how low quality the school lunches were, but every now and then they'd have a day where everybody would get excited, like, "Oh, it's Chicken Nugget Day! Oh,
Yes,
it's
bro, Chicken Nugget
whatever
Friday,
day."
but they would only do it every other Friday.
Yeah, but here's the thing: looking back, that food still sucked.
Yeah. But I'd rather have those chicken nuggets than the sandwiches. But the problem was they only did it every other Friday. Every other Friday would be pizza. And then every other Friday would be the chicken nuggets. That sucked.
Are you talking high school or like elementary?
High school.
Oh, high school's a bit different for me, but like elementary school, it was pizza every Monday. But the thing is, the pizza was rancid. That shit
Oh,
sucked.
of course. I never ate that.
Until we got a deal with Little Caesars, which
Ugh.
is actually only moderately better. But every Wednesday was pizza day then. But it was Little Caesars pizza, so it was like kind of better, but
Brother,
not by a lot.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Curse you, Michael Obama.
But
Yeah,
what a
we're on
fine
Queso.
gentleman.
You know, Queso, the thing about him is for some reason, like I was saying, he likes water a lot. I don't know what's with that. You know, is he just trying to not seem fat? Is he trying to seem healthy? I mean, it's not like he likes salad. He gets upset whenever salad's number one. But for some reason, this nigga chugs so much water.
I don't know. I don't know why anybody would like water that much, to be honest, outside of health reasons.
Yeah. You know, well, the thing is with water, it's not really like extremely healthy to just be chugging water because you are causing a stress response in the body. Like it's increasing prolactin. So it's not actually good to chug water. It's only good to be hydrated.
How are you defining chugging?
You were drinking excessive amounts of water. You'll probably feel the effects, you know, as far as just not feeling properly hydrated, like your mouth may be a little drier, or either that, or it's just like no matter how much water you drink, you just don't feel like satiated by it. Because there's like there's probably like not enough salt, so it's not like mineralized.
I see.
Yes, but here I am with coconut water.
I have
The
nothing.
viewers won't know this, but I miraculously drank my Coke in the time that we've been on here. Should I address it? I feel like
Nah.
No?
You just, I mean, what's the
they
address?
just all they. I just
just
wanted to
chugged
talk
it.
about some food I had. Okay, look, all I'm gonna say is I'm just gonna mention this dinner I had. This plate
From
of
any
food.
any random dinner.
We don't know. We don't need to know when the dinner was. I had smash burgers, and pause on smash burgers.
Yeah.
Okay, so pause smash burgers. Pause. I put some cheddar cheese on them hoes. and I made some shrimp, made some scrimp. You know, that's how blacks say it. Scrimp. I made some scrimp. I made some fried scrimp, or not really fried. It's more grilled. You know. You're telling me a shrimp grilled itself in this cast iron?
Very deep fried shrimp. They couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah. They had to krill themselves.
Fucking vomiting. What the hell is that?
No, that was like the laugh track.
That's not like any laugh track I've ever heard.
Anyway, I had some chalky milk. Now, usually I'm not a man of cocoa powder or cacao or whatever. Now, I did put like a couple glasses of milk in a blender, threw that in there, the powder. I put a couple raw egg yolks, and I put maple syrup and honey, and I blended it together. And the honey was coming on a little tiny bit. Like if I drank the milk right after the food, it wouldn't. But if I drank like a bunch of milk by itself, I would get a little bit of honey flavor, which I'm not a huge fan of when it comes to like a drink like that. But the thing here is that this is weird. That was getting distracting.
Oh.
I just saw you flashing that, man.
Whoa, pause.
Greg was flashing the audience.
I would never do such a thing.
Okay, well, anyway, I'm just saying the honey flavor came a little bit through, but the maple syrup kind of balanced it out, and same with the powder as well. All of it came together to be actually a pretty nice chocolate milk. I did enjoy both glasses of it. I really did. It was nice. It was very nice. It's been a while since I've had any chalky milk, and I was very happy with it. And with like because I know Anabology was talking about this when he does the honey diet, and this is kind of relevant to what we were talking about earlier. The way I'm doing the honey diet now, especially, I'm actually like before I was just kind of eating sugar throughout the day, and then I wouldn't really take like a pause before eating dinner to burn the sugar off. But now I'm okay, sure. I pretty much am actually eating, like I said, like 16 spoons of honey in like apple juice and coconut water, and then I had like a Coke, and that becomes most of what I even eat throughout the morning until 3 o'clock. And then at like around, like let's say 7 or 8, I have some burgers usually. I would eat like probably a half pound to 3/4 pounds of beef. I think 3/4 pounds is kind of my upper limit right now. It used to be like a pound I could eat. There have been days where I've been a little hungrier than others. But usually 3/4 pounds is probably where I like cap out. But yeah, pretty much I eat that. The shrimp was helpful. I know Anabology had mentioned, this is why I mentioned him as well, because he was saying that he had these like cravings for Big Macs. This is how you eat a Big Mac, nigga. Cause what the fuck? And so the thing is, like, I actually had that kind of like similar craving today. I was kind of thinking about that as well. Like, I think he was mentioning Big Macs or something almost exactly like that. I was like looking at a video where somebody was like consuming a Big Mac or something. Oh yeah. It was like some guy going over under on how many bites it would take to like finish a Big Mac. It's something like, Facebook videos, but, point being, I did have a kind of craving when I was looking at that in the morning. And what Anabology said he was doing, he was starting to eat more like shellfish because of the sort of dietary cholesterol that he felt like, or somebody had told him that it's probably that he felt like he was craving that rather than the actual burger. So he would include, I don't know if he included like lobster or shrimp or what, but I tried the shrimp and it did satiate me in the proper manner. And so I think like if I am getting that craving, I should at least eat like a serving of shrimp, like maybe a week, once or twice a week at least. There are the omega-3s, so I'm not trying to eat like shrimp like all the time, but there probably is like room to eat some shrimp just because of that.
Wouldn't you be getting the dietary cholesterol from the beef anyway?
I mean, you would think. It's just, I don't know. It just feels like a different level of satiation when I was eating the actual shrimp.
That doesn't really make sense, but
yeah,
I'll take your word for it.
Let me look up, let's look it up here.
Satiation?
No.
A Big Mac?
No.
Oh, you didn't even let me finish that one. Damn.
I'm going to look up on the AI, Brave AI.
I was going to say,
okay,
whenever
here we go.
That...
Hold on. I'm trying to give you something here as far as information, okay?
Information.
It looks like shrimp actually does have somewhat more cholesterol than beef, dietary cholesterol. So if you look at it, apparently on the AI summary here, it tells me that according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, 100 grams of shrimp contains 189 milligrams of cholesterol, whereas according to the USDA, 100 grams of beef contains 90 to 132 milligrams of cholesterol. So it could be even just half of the amount of cholesterol as in 100 grams of shrimp. So you're actually getting more from the shrimp than you are the beef.
And here I am thinking the omega-3s overpower everything else.
Well, the thing is, like, if you eat like a serving of like shellfish a week, which is what Pete even did. I mean, I like he even was talking about the problems of omega-3, but I don't think it's even that big of a concern if you're not eating it too often. It is a problem if you're eating it like as a substantial portion of your meal, but I was eating like 5 pieces of shrimp with like a big burger. Or actually it was like a half pound of meat. It was like a half pound of like cow's meat, like red meat, and then like 5 little pieces of shrimp. So, I mean, it was just a little addition to get that bump. You get a bump of it. You know what I'm talking about?
I do. I think I'll stick with my scallops though. Scallops are better.
No, scallops are good. That's what shrimp is pretty much just what I had access to because it's like pretty easy to buy. I would like mussels. I really like mussels.
Never had them.
Yeah, it's good. I went to this restaurant. Well, I think it's more than just local. Like
Do mussels still have omega-3?
I'm sure most fish does. Like whatever it is, I'm pretty sure it does.
By the way, yeah, it's not just local.
Yeah, bonefish. I went there, and
it's like 5 of them over in my area.
Well, anyway, I went to one. And the first time not the first time I went there, but like I had ordered the mussels from them before. It's just once I started kind of getting a little more seed oil conscious, I was like, okay, how about I get it without the sauce? Because it's like a lemon sauce, but I don't know what's in that, man. I'm not going to look it up because honestly, it's hard to find some of nutritional information if it's not something like Longhorn. Longhorn's pretty easy to find. And guys, as a tip, Longhorn does use real butter. Like, I don't know about all the other steakhouses. I know Longhorn uses real butter. It's half unsalted, half salted. Pretty good stuff. I mean, there you go. But also, tip of advice, I was getting baked potatoes at like restaurants, but the problem is if you look I thought, hell, like the saturated fat does help with preventing the uncooked starches from entering the blood, but still, if you look into sort of a graph, there was this graph I posted in the Discord of in my Discord server of there's no TPE Discord right now. We do need one. Since we are gaining members,
an audience. Once we get a certain level.
I'm seeing more comments from people. They are watching the streams a little bit more. Like, I'm sure we could get a few people in. But yeah, we'll put it off a bit. But if we do get some demand for it, we'll start it earlier.
I think I got to delete this account before we do that. Spring cleaning.
Okay, well, we got that. But yeah, at Bonefish. Well, what was I on a different tangent before the Bonefish? Right. Yeah, the potatoes.
Lemon sauce.
No,
the baked potatoes.
Right. So the thing is, like, depending on how you prepare things like vegetables or potatoes, you can actually increase the amount of oxalates that you're taking into the body versus decreasing. And so things like actually like boiling the potatoes are going to be decreasing the oxalates and other things like within the potatoes. I mean, obviously skinning in general will do that. But if you eat even like a baked potato, and I don't eat the skin when I've eaten baked potatoes, I've like scooped it out and like put butter on it. So that's probably the best way to, if you're gonna eat a baked potato. But the thing is that actually like roasting them, and I know you do that, Mr. Greg, I know you've roasted some potatoes, but roasting them, baking them, stuff like that actually, yeah.
When have I done that?
Have you not? I guess you do just cook them in a pan with saturated fat. So if anything, that it's not really just roasting because it's not like dry. You are cooking them in saturated fat. So yeah, it's not too bad.
I was gonna say too. I recently bit the bolt and started like.
Oh yeah, but you were using lard.
Boiling them.
You were using lard, and you still use lard, don't you?
No. I started using. I finally got some coconut oil again. So
yes,
combination of coconut oil and tallow plus a little bit of butter. If you add butter with other oils, it doesn't burn for some reason. So I had that, and then what I've been doing is I make like the McDonald's like pre-boil kind of thing that they do, where you throw the fries in boiling water with some baking soda, salt, vinegar. I don't measure any of that, by the way, because I don't measure anything because I'm not fucking inferior like some people that measure their stuff. Anyway, that's also why I don't take supplements. But anyway, yeah, so I started doing that.
Let's not trash all supplements here.
I'm trashing all supplements. Fuck supplements.
No, man. Come on.
Hey, you don't
You
have to
could
die on
optimize
this.
life with those.
You don't have to burn the bridge with me, but you are a witness to me burning the bridge. The bridge has been lit.
You don't even know the half of it, man. You're talking about some cheap stuff.
I'm talking about all of it. We don't need supplements.
No.
We're beyond the need for supplements. Where we're going, we don't need supplements.
Optimally, you wouldn't need as many, but there are just some that really just help you, especially as you get older too.
Nope.
Especially as you get older too.
Nope.
They do help. Well, there you go. You can do that all you want, but it's true.
Anyway, I don't know. You were finishing something up, right?
We're talking about the fries though, and I was gonna ask, do you like double fry as well, or do you just like put them in one fry and just take them out? Because what I do is like I'll not only will I boil them, but I'll fry them lightly, take them out, let them sit, and then put them again in. So I'll do both methods.
I did not know that you could do that, or I guess I knew you could do it, but
those
I
are
didn't know that was a thing.
Those are usually two different methods. Like people either double fry or boil before, but I do both, and it actually turns out the best.
I mean, what I do is I usually don't use enough oil where they're completely covered. So I'll have the bottom part getting like a nice crust on them, and then I'll flip them. So in a way, that's kind of double frying them.
Kind of.
But not really.
Not
Dude,
really.
what the fuck? Anyway.
Let's give your dog a name. Rufus. Buford.
Oh, that nigga's, there's no point in giving him a name. He's going to die soon. Like, actually, right after this podcast is over, I'm going to go over and just old yeller that fucking cunt. Anyway, that's a joke. Although, sometimes.
So for some reason, I can't say I'm going to beat my dog to death, but the animal shelter can put it down. I mean, what's the difference, really?
I mean, honestly, that is kind of a very valid point.
Really? Like, we're going to see these as two completely different things? Like, one's more ethical for some reason? You're still killing the dog.
Well, you can imagine that the person at animal shelter is a woman in her early adulthood that's crying about it, but doing it because the laws do it. Because that's how the movies show you how it is. And that's definitely how it is in reality. Hollywood wouldn't lie to you.
These are like ex-cons, like big muscular people that like just hate animals. I'm sure that's who's behind this, because a regular woman, a regular woman who's doing this would have krilled herself by now.
Krilled? You're gonna.
That's what I said. Yeah. I mean, if grape works as a sort of like substitute for the other thing, I mean, krill should work for this. Come on.
It's just really funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, fair enough. But anyway, I was gonna mention before we're so rudely cut off. Earlier,
I was still talking about the muscles.
Hey, I'm not done here. Anyway, when I make these the dairy-based cocktail that I don't know why I said
pause.
Yeah. When I make the dairy-based beverage that may or may not include alcohol, I find that the rum has almost like a chocolatey flavor to it. That like bitterness, when you mix it with the dairy. It's amazing. And then just earlier today, I was craving a milkshake style flavor with my burger with smoked cheese, which gives it a nice barbecue flavor.
What kind of cheese?
I don't remember. I'll look it up when I get out here. But anyway, it was smoked. And
smoked Gouda?
It might be smoked Gouda actually. But anyway.
How about Munster?
Munster is good, but
Munster's good, man.
It's kind of an interesting taste.
Yeah.
Anyway, I use this cup of dairy, milk, and a little bit of cream, a little bit of heavy whipping cream, and then I just toss a bunch. Well, not a bunch, but what I usually, compared to what I usually put in, because I'm real stingy on the maple syrup, I put in a decent amount of maple syrup, spin that in, stir it up a little bit, and it gives you almost a vanilla shake flavor without the need for vanilla. You don't need beans, bro. You don't need the vanilla beans. You can just use maple syrup. So there you go. There's some wisdom for
beans. Where we're going, we don't need no stinking beans.
Why'd you say it like a mildly discontent gangster?
That's how it is, man. Anyway, for the muscles,
beans. We don't need no stinking beans where we're going.
We don't need no stinking beans, man.
I was going more for like Italian, like 1960s Italian, but
I was
you just
going
went
for
straight
like a
for
Mexican.
Yeah, I don't know why you did that.
Yeah, beans. Where we're going, we don't need no stinking beans.
Frijoles. No.
Frijoles. Donde vamos no necesitamos frijoles. Yeah.
Oh, Mexicans.
Frijoles. Donde no vamos, no necesitamos no asqueroso frijoles.
So you got that on lock. I had to think about that, and I still didn't even come up with it.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's I said it backwards anyway because I put the adjective first. But point being here, muscles.
Das Mose.
You cut off as you were saying that, man.
What did it sound like?
Well, I heard the first word.
Oh, das Muskel.
What?
What?
I didn't even. Yeah, it's like that's what you go for. When you're one of them old fashioned gentlemen.
The old fashioned gentlemen.
Yeah, that have a way with words.
They did, in fact, have a way with words.
Yeah.
That's what they're always accused of, having a way with words.
Such a way with words. The muscles, the sauce, the sauce.
Not the muscles on the old style gentleman. Because that would be gay.
Yeah, the sauce. I didn't get the sauce, so I went
for the muscles.
Yeah.
Mussel.
Yeah. Plural. I went
Pluralize
to
that
get
bit.
And I got some steam mussels one time and I got them. And then the next time I went, I tried getting them again. But there was like this new guy and he was clearly new. He just like, bro, like, I'll tell you how new he was. When I was ordering a steak, I didn't want the filet mignon with lobster tail. That's the combo it comes with. I said, can I get a sirloin with lobster tail? He's like, well, I don't see a combo for it. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And he's like, it's going to be $1 extra. He actually, not only did he say that at the moment, he came back after I ordered it and said, hey man, by the way, it's going to be $1 extra if that's all right.
Did he say it like that? Like verbatim?
Well, he said it a little more nervously, but you know, the thing is like the man came back about $1. What did he think I was?
Hey, dollars not
I can't finish that. What did he think I was? Some sort of stingy group? Some sort of, as the Onion would describe it.
Oh, no.
A certain type of creature, man. A certain type of creature. Yeah. Like whenever you have financial troubles, just the creature you think about. A money grubber.
Dogs?
Okay? Now, the thing is...
Dogs cost a lot of money.
Yeah, the thing is, he asked, or no, he didn't even ask. He basically was saying like, oh, well, I don't know if we can do that, even though I had it prior. And I just look at him, you know, that like face that, you know, that Farsi guy, you know, that like brown guy, man, on Instagram, that like, he's like this brown guy that makes these videos, like the one where it's like white people walking next to the deodorant aisle and black people walking next to the deodorant aisle, and they both just like grab the deodorant, and then it's like Indians and they just like walk past. Or like the one where it's like, he did one where it was like a comparison between like you're greeting your friends. I forgot which one it was that like there was like some punchline to that. Anyway, point being, he gives this like face, you know, this like frowny face. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you know, the emoji that's like a real frowny face that you use.
Yes.
I gave him that literal face when he said he didn't know if they could do it.
Yeah, you know, when I started using that emoji, I did find that I was actually making that face and like automatically whenever something displeasing
happens. That's the exact face I made toward him. And he just kept going on. I could tell that probably resonated deeply with him. Yeah. But pretty much he goes to ask the manager about it to see if they can do it for me. And then the manager comes over and because he was saying like, I don't know if we cook it in the sauce. So I don't know if like, pause. I don't know if we can do it. I'm like, is there anything else you can cook it in? Like I was thinking like maybe I could ask for butter or something. If they can do steamed. I thought they could do steamed, but then she comes over and she's like, the manager. Of course it was a woman, and that's why they couldn't just logically decide what I was talking about. But basically she's like, yeah, you know, we cook it in the sauce. So, I mean, maybe, and, you know, he was trying to get me to get the sauce on the side at first. I was wondering why I'd even get the sauce on the side if, like, you know, are they just going to, like, cook it in it and then, like, dump it out and they just
wait.
I don't understand.
Hold on. So, they'd rather you waste the sauce instead of just getting them without the sauce?
No, they wanted to give me the sauce on the side.
Yeah, well.
But I don't yeah, exactly. But they know I'm not going to eat it.
What?
So I don't understand.
Do they have like a quota? They got to get rid of that sauce or something like that.
I don't know. Maybe they weren't selling any mussels.
Maybe
that day.
that's why he was so nervous. He had to talk to like the Don. He's like, "What do you mean he doesn't want the sauce? He doesn't want the sauce."
Yeah.
Yeah. You sure you don't want the sauce? It's. I think it's a good idea if you get the sauce.
Yeah. If you know what's good for you, you'll get that sauce. But yeah, no, the manager comes over. She's like talking to me and she's like, yeah, like we cook it in the sauce, but if you don't get it with the sauce, we're going to the only option we have really is to steam it. And I'm like, nigga, I'm like, yeah, that's what I want. And she's like, oh, okay. And then she
That's
just
what
leaves.
we've been waiting for.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I've been waiting for. And so for some reason it took all that explaining when the first time I asked for it, whoever was there just got it. It's like that guy that was the MC and this was a skilled man rather than a new guy and a woman. I won't make any sort of comparison between the colors of these gentlemen, but
you already did by saying that you did.
But anyway, he had the exaggerated swagger. Okay. This new guy had the exaggerated swagger. That's what we call it. The exaggerated swagger. That's what we call it. We don't say any sort of African American, but we say exaggerated swagger.
I gotta start using that.
Yeah. He was a basketball American.
He's pretty proficient in knockout, I can guarantee.
Yeah. Oh no, this guy, he never spelled horse. I didn't even think he got to the H. Well, no, he did, bro. To be fair, this guy, he might have gotten to HOR. This guy, he might have gotten to that point. He wasn't complete no horse, no spelling, and he wasn't complete all the way to horse. He was in the middle there. He only spelled HOR, or maybe HO. That's around the place he was at. Maybe a little HOR. He wasn't HO level, okay? But I got a scale now. This is my scale to exemplify what I mean by a person to you guys.
He would never spell HOA, right?
Yeah, no. Well, I don't know. Actually. Because this guy, you mean would he live under an HOA?
No, I mean he would have very negative connotations with the HOA because he's a sensible gentleman.
He would have he wouldn't have that bad of any complications with the HOA. I don't think he'd be at that level. He was a very respectable gentleman, very articulate.
But that's exactly what I said. He would have issues with the HOA because he's a sensible, respectable gentleman.
Well, no, but he wasn't a troublemaker. He wasn't a rapscallion. You know what I mean?
No, not a troublemaker, but rather he identifies the issues with having an organization of Karens.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe. But yeah, look. Anyway, point being, I did get my muscles. They were nice. They were as they were before. That's all I wanted. Yeah, and unfortunately, the thing is, I really, when I go out to eat, I have to eat clean, right? I'm not going to eat this goy slop, but this chow. The problem is, I do want dessert. But I can't really get dessert other than maybe an ice cream by itself. Even then it might have gums or whatever. But the problem is, or cornstarch. The thing is, I really want dessert after I eat the food because it tastes, it's nice. But I can't have these brownies and these cookies and stuff. They're filled with seed oils. There's no butter. Peter, there's no butter.
And the wheat flour. Always the wheat flour.
Peter. I can't do the Joe voice. Peter. There's no butter. I can do.
Oh wait.
Sure, there's no butter.
It took me a while to get that.
Yeah, I don't know. Peter. Whoa, nice cock.
It's weird how the Joe voice is different from the Gronk voice. No, Gronk. No, Kronk. That's the one. I've been too much brain rot.
Thinking about baby Gronk.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw my cousins. I was nonstop just brain rotting on them. They're younger than me. I knew more about brain rot than they did.
That's not a good sign.
They didn't know, well, first of all, they didn't know what jelking was, but they didn't know about Livy Dunn getting rizzed up by baby Gronk. I was like,
How
who
can you
rizzed
not
up
know
Livy Dunn?
about?
I was like, who rizzed up Livy Dunn? They didn't know. I said Baby Gronk. They did not know. I was giving them like these exams, the brain rot AP quizzes. The
They
brain
didn't
rot
get
AP
the full
exams.
credits. Well, they got like a
Oh.
1,
Well, they did okay, but it's like they didn't do
like a
bad.
2.
I had an older cousin that didn't know any of it. He got like a 0.
See, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah,
But-
he's probably a few years older than me, but yeah, he didn't know anything about it.
Speaking
He's
of
like
brain
he
rot,
just felt like a boomer. Yeah, that was brain rot.
but there was just yesterday I was making my rounds through the internet and I stumbled upon this video on who's that like dorky glasses looking guy that's like, got the late night show that isn't one of the Jimmys.
Stephen Colbert.
That might be it. Yeah, he had a segment
He's like an
where
older
he had,
white guy. I mean, they're all
Yeah,
are.
yeah,
But he's like an
yeah.
older white guy.
Exactly.
Or are you talking about Bill Maher?
No. He doesn't have a nose like that.
Okay, you're not talking about. Of course, you know Bill Maher. Stephen Colbert is just like he looks like if like he's the most looking like Woody from Toy Story.
That's an odd comparison, but yeah, that's accurate.
Yeah.
Anyway, he had a segment. I don't know what the context was because it was just a little clip that I saw of Skibbity Toilet, but it was Skibbity Biden.
Skibbity Biden. Let's pull that up. Actually,
Let's do it.
everybody has to see this, man. I didn't even see the full context. I just saw like a clip from it on Reels.
Yeah, I don't know what the context was at all.
Let's see, bro. That had to get lost on the audience. Like, who's writing this stuff?
If
Who wrote
people
that?
if people younger than you, or I guess us, don't understand half that shit, then I mean, talk about a niche of a niche.
Yeah.
Not a niche, but a niche of a niche.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. So let me pull this up. Yeah, I see like a 40-second clip here.
Maybe it's better to get the full context then. Because the one I
I
saw
don't,
was
I don't know
like
if there's
13
any longer
seconds.
clips. This account is named something I cannot show, I think, but I have to show it. No.
Can you like share it with
Let me see.
without showing it?
Yeah. I mean, it's not that bad of a name, but it's not great. I mean, we could, if we said the word like once, maybe we wouldn't get in that much trouble. But yeah, you're not supposed to say
Oh
that.
no.
It's like it's Concord Grape kind of name,
Yeah, that's
Okay.
not on YouTube.
Yeah, that's his name. That's his channel name. Okay.
Damn.
I mean, it was the Concord Grapist null.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. Let's watch.
Like Ermagerd Trumpers Hurtler.
See, this one you can pass with.
ICANN has youth votes. And of course, for the very online, Skibbity Biden. Skibbity Biden.
Ah.
Skibbity, Skibbity Biden. Skibbity Biden. Skibbity Biden.
I think people are just laughing at it because it looks stupid. Like they don't even get
That
it.
is what it is, yeah.
Like it's like Arabs, because like Arabs do this where they have like they just kind of laugh at stuff, like goofy stuff, and there's like no reason to laugh at it, but they just start laughing at it.
I got
And
a
a lot of
buddy that's
foreign
like
people
that.
do that. A lot of foreign people do that. I feel like Asians do that too, kind of. Depends on the
Japanese
Asians.
People have a interesting sense of humor.
Yeah, exactly. So like they don't even really have, there's like no, like there's not a lot of reason to the humor. It's just kind of absurd stuff that they see and they're like, oh, this is out of the ordinary. I find that funny. But it's like it's very much like in line with like the boomer humor, because like they'll just put a laugh, like a baby laugh sound effect on something stupid, and like then it's like funny because you put the baby laugh sound effect. Like if you put that on, well, that was
Whoa.
Flight. That was
Yeah.
Flight. That would be funny if you put a laugh like that on something. Yeah. See, I would laugh at that because there's context for that laugh. It's not just like some random laugh. But yeah, they're always using these same sound effects.
I got this buddy that I've known for a very long time, and I would as a wee lad, as a young creative, I would just kind of make up like stories and shit that just kind of went nowhere. They're completely aimless and random. And the fact that they were completely aimless and random, not vulgar or anything like that, right? Like it just like that made him crack up for like a solid like 5 minutes. And then because he was cracking up for 5 minutes, I started cracking up at the fact that he was finding that so funny when it was just kind of not that funny.
Yeah. Well, see, that's a different type of thing. You're laughing at somebody that's laughing at something stupid.
No, but he was laughing at something stupid.
Right.
That's the point.
That's what you find funny. It's not even the
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, exactly.
No, it's literally the fact that he finds it funny. So we're getting to a point where this is really what post humor is. You're finding something funny because somebody finds something that's not funny.
Yeah. See, I'm finding that funny.
Well, that's not even post humor because then that's just funny on its own. If somebody finds something that's not funny, then the fact that they find it funny is within itself humorous. Therefore, it's just humor at that point.
Yeah. So is there really anything beyond humor?
No, anything that's like post this or that is kind of fucking retarded.
Like, you remember how iDubbbz was like on that Sam Hyde documentary? He was talking about like meta irony, post irony, and meta irony and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I understood what he was trying to talk about, but like, it seems like he's overcomplicating it.
Well, apparently, like what Sam was saying was like that Anissa must have put him up to that or something.
That sounds like something that,
but yeah,
a lovely lady like her would say.
Yeah.
What a lovely lad, a female. She's a lovely female. Nothing but love towards her.
Yeah. Yeah.
That vocal fry. I was just watching a video on vocal fry actually.
Like Miley Cyrus. She looks like Miley Cyrus too.
She does.
there's some sort of type there. You know, this is its own Myers-Briggs type.
iDubbbz really wanted he really wanted Cyrus, but he couldn't have her, so he went for next best thing.
Yeah. How did they even end up together?
I have no idea. It just kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. But like it was like before because apparently she was like with him when he did that like Tana Mongeau thing. You know, when he went to her event.
Bro, why'd you say it like a French person?
Isn't that her name?
Tana Mongeau.
How do you say it?
Tana Mojo.
Isn't there an N?
There is, but everybody said it like Mojo.
So?
I'm not gonna break the mold here. No. You do not say Tana Mongeau.
It's Tana Mongeau.
No. It's Tana Mojo. It's like Watch Mojo, but Tana.
Oui. Tana Mongeau.
Tana Mongeau.
No, it's got to be Tana Mongeau. Anyway, she was like with him filming. Bro, come on.
It can't be Mongeau. It's got to be Mojo.
There's an N.
The N is silent. The one time the N is silent.
The N word.
Numa.
I'm going to say the N word. It's the N word nobody wants to say. I'm going to say it.
Wasn't that a thing that what's his face? Indian guy said?
Yeah, Vivek also said that.
I know you can't say the N word. You're not allowed to say the N word.
I'm going to say it. No wonder my bro likes him. No wonder bro likes him.
Do you think he knows a meme and he said that on purpose?
I feel like he did play into it. I mean,
he had to.
I'm talking about it. Do you think Trump knew what he was doing when he first said it?
I don't know.
Like, is he really that oblivious to it, or did he know? Was he setting it up?
Holy shit, she's our age. Oh wait, I'm not that old yet. No, I forget how old I am. No, Tana Mojo.
Tana Mongeau is how old?
No, here, look it up on Wikipedia. They do the fuck do you call that? The thing where they like spell it out how it's said. I totally forgot the phonetic spelling. There we go. It's Tana Mojo.
Okay. I'm still not
like a Chinese guy. Mojo.
I'm still not going to say it. Anyway, how old is she?
25.
Okay.
Wait, so that means how old was she when that happened? That means she was like only a little bit older than us. And she was already like selling out a fucking
probably like 18.
Damn. It seems so long ago.
Oh, well, on January 24th, 2017, Mongeau posted a video titled The N-Word. Which has received over 7 million views. That's kind of high. In the video, she describes an encounter where a person on her tour, later revealed to be YouTuber iDubbbz, told her, say, I almost said it, in response to a tweet posted by Mongeau to iDubbbz, telling him to off himself, telling him to krill himself for his comedic use of the word in his YouTube videos. And the thing is, like, he went back on that too. Like, have you seen how, like, in his old video where he was talking about Tana, he was like, it's either all okay or none of it's okay. And then, like, he just went to, like, saying, like, you know what, I was, like, younger, I didn't really understand, I was online. She, like, Anissa even's like, oh, he was chronically online, he didn't get it, he didn't get how these words affect people. iDubbbz takes down his, or he, like, unlists his old content.
Bro, she is chronically online for a profession. What is she talking about?
Well, all of her's online.
Yeah, there's no secrets there.
Yeah. Well, basically, her point was, like, he was like a cave dweller. She was trying to make him out to be a guy that had no interaction with the world and thought, it's all okay because it's on the internet. But, it all was okay. It all was okay.
I'm just looking at this this Wikipedia page. I think
and the thing is, like did he stay monetized at the time? Like, was it not a big thing to even say that word? Because, like, it seems like people were able to say that, like, hard R on YouTube and not really face too much, like, backlash, even if they weren't black.
Yeah.
What's changed, man?
Many things that I will not go into here.
The
But
CEO
anyway,
of YouTube has changed.
no, it was the same CEO at the time.
Well, she got, like, instated at like what point? Like, it was, like, probably 2016 or 2015, somewhere around there.
Yeah, but that was, like,
I know.
way
Was already, like, this. It was, like, right before the peak anyway, right?
Yeah, so that you can't really use that as you can maybe say she got incentives from other people, but then at that point
Right.
it's not her, it's the other
It
people.
wasn't just her, yeah.
But anyway, I remember when this was coming out, people were making videos like crazy. This is like the peak part of YouTube where once one thing happened, literally every channel on the site made some video at least referencing or like a whole like video documentary on it. And I remember one video of like Tana Mojo. She was like doing something or whatever, and the Bella Thorne. And this is like my generation of shit, where I remember her from the Disney Channel shows and shit. I didn't even know who the fuck she was doing until I saw the video. She comes up to her. She starts like licking her on the cheek and shit like that. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Dude, these child actors get messed up.
Bro, it's horrible. How does that even happen?
I remember her on those commercials talking about her dyslexia.
Wait, actually?
Yeah.
I don't remember any dyslexia.
There were these commercials when she was like on Shake It Up, and it was like she was mentioning like on the Disney commercial, she's like, yeah, I had dyslexia. Like, everybody knows these commercials, man. It's like in memes now. But basically it was like I think the memes are like, oh, watching Bella Thorne like talk about her dyslexia and then thinking I have it or something.
Oh, here we
like,
go.
Like that. Yeah, you want to
she
play
was
it?
bullied while growing up because she was a dyslexic.
We want to play it?
Hold on, let me get this right.
Reacting
dyslexic. There we go.
Dyslexic.
Dyslexic.
Whoa.
Hey, it's accurate. By the way, she's Cuban.
She's Cuban.
Yeah, it's a real L.
I didn't even know.
I can see it now that I've read it. I can see the look.
No, but now that you told me, yeah, no, it's like the jawline, right?
Yeah, she's got that Miami look.
Yeah, man. I didn't even realize. That's crazy.
I think it's because of the hair. The hair throws you off.
Yeah.
But anyway, you want to play that thing you were talking about?
The dyslexic commercial? Hold on.
I guess, yeah. It's topical.
Bella Thorne. Yeah, see, dude, I start looking up. I don't even type her name fully, and dyslexia shows up. Bro, I'm telling you, man.
That's fake, by the way.
What? Dyslexia?
Yeah, that's probably fake.
Oh, yeah, that is like genetic or something.
I mean, there's that. There's the fact that, like, somebody explained it to me, too. I mean, granted, I don't have it, so I can't really say, because that's what their argument's going to be. Basically, the idea is that you mess up words, letters look different and shit like that, but that happens to literally everybody. You just kind of get over it over time.
Yeah. It's like
and
autism.
even then, you have slip-ups. So it's not like...
It's like autistic people where they say they can't look people in the eyes.
I don't know. Autism I'm kind of split on.
Yeah. I mean, to an extent, yeah. Like, you can develop, like, it's like something that can be caused because
But if it's a
certain
social
things.
disease, that would necessarily mean it's caused by environmental factors, no?
Well, the thing is, like, the development of it can be caused by like habits of the mom, not like actual like interactions socially, but like actual, like nutritional dietitian, like right. So dietary, and like what kind of things she's consuming.
It seems like it's kind of, it probably is a different thing entirely if it's severe enough, because then that would imply some kind of malformation of the actual brain on a physiological level. But if it's strictly like, what they call mild autism, that's just social. You're just like socially, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
So you should be able to get over that with like a number of different things, like eating better, just going outside, touching grass, shit like
no
that.
heavy metals, no dyes, none of that. I mean, even there are things like, even if you do have like actual like legit like it's probably not even like fixable for the most part. I mean, like, not really that it's not altogether, but like that it doesn't really seem like it's something that you can just like practice, like as far as like just practice social skills and then you fix it. Like literal, like just some big chungus kind of looking guys. Basically like food dyes will even aggravate that. Yeah, like food dyes will even like aggravate that, like red 40. Don't give that nigga red 40.
Anyway.
Dyslexia story.
My name is Bella Thorne, and this is the story of the time I found out I had
Wow,
dyslexia.
this is rough.
I remember when I started first grade. Right away, it was awful because I couldn't read as well as the other kids. My brain mixed up letters like B and D and M
Big
and W.
man,
Dyslexia
that
is different for
happens to
everyone who
literally
has it.
everybody.
For me, it just makes it harder to read or write. I started working really hard on how to read better.
Well, there you
My
go.
family helped me by making me read everything, from menus to cereal boxes
Okay.
to road signs.
That's good.
Today, I read a year above my grade level.
Well, see, there
and
you go,
I learned
you
to
fixed
face
it.
problems,
Yeah.
not run away from them. Dyslexia makes things hard for me, but not impossible.
Well, but does dyslexia make them hard for you anymore if you can now read above your grade level?
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
how do you
it
still
seems like
have
you
dyslexia?
fixed the issue.
Yeah, she acts like, oh, well, I still have dyslexia. It's just, but I do read better than my peers. Well, see, now it was good at first. Like they did have sort of that like non-deterministic sort of like, story there, but then they just went back to it in the script. They really messed it up. It's like you're saying, I did get less fat. And though I am an obese person and that makes it hard, I am staying in shape by eating right. It's exactly like that, because it's like she's acting like she still has it. So you're acting like you're still obese. It's like, yeah, I'm totally ripped now, but my obesity still may hold me back.
Literally said she's ahead of her
Yeah.
goals, and just like,
Yeah.
well, I still have it though. At least that's the implication. She
Yeah.
didn't say it verbatim, but
It might be more of like a diabetes thing, because like they say like diabetes is irreversible, where that's not true. At least I don't know, how has that been like still a common notion? I think it is, like amongst
Yeah.
people. I just don't know if it's like, is that still spread?
I'd
as
say if
much?
anything, it's going the other way around. I think more people are thinking everything is just intrinsic.
Mm.
Can't fix anything.
Yeah, even diabetes. Yeah, I mean the thing is like, people act like this is something that like, oh man, you're screwed. Like that's it. You have it for life. Whereas, you just improve your insulin sensitivity. I remember like I had a friend who told me about this for the first time, and it actually kind of shocked me. I was younger. I was like in high school. Like this was like early high school. But I had a friend who basically told me, and he put me on to a lot of, he watches the show too. Shout out my boy. But he also he also like introduced me to like political stuff as well and all that, like content. But yeah, he told me like, I mean, it was at the time it was like, yeah, like conservative stuff like Steven Crowder, all that. But pretty much point being, I was going to say basically like he was telling me like diabetes stuff, man. Actually it's actually something that like if you exercise and like eat healthy, like it's been shown people just get normal, like they just lose weight and get back to normal. And he didn't even really have to explain it that much, and I just kind of went, wait a minute, that makes so much sense. Like, yeah, why wouldn't you just be able to lose the weight? Like I know you're more insulin resistant, but like even now it logically made sense, and now I understand the mechanisms more so, and like how you can actually reverse it in a lot like a metabolically efficient manner. Like this isn't something you're stuck with.
No, you don't get it. You see, once you have it, you're stuck, and the only way to really cope with it is to spend billions and dollars on drugs that will, supposedly help you, but also cause other issues. But then you need to buy more drugs to fix those issues.
I wonder if there's any conflict of interest on those studies.
No.
Like there was with the saturated fat.
What?
Where it's like there's companies that sell cholesterol medication, and they're trying to tell you that saturated fat's bad, so that you eat the polyunsaturated fat, and that's going to oxidize your LDL. And then you're gonna need to get some cholesterol medication if you have oxidized LDL.
No, that couldn't happen. It's impossible. It literally can't happen because we live in a free society. That's how it works. Literally anything that could be corruption, unless it's somehow twisted into being anti-democratic, then it can't happen. It's literally impossible. Stop looking into it.
Yeah, don't ever research anything about your health. Honestly, like I think we could all make it so far if we just listened. You know, why do we push back so much? I mean, like these people have been studying it their whole lives, and like they're working to give you like good health, and here you are trying to detest that. What's wrong with you?
You notice people get like people that aren't even involved in that shit get so upset about that. Like you could be talking about something so mundane, something like, oh well, I don't actually think shit. I'm trying to think of like a retarded example, but it's kind of hard right now. I don't really think that
red meat's that bad for you.
Huh?
I think red meat's good for you.
Yeah, that kind of shit. Like they're not involved in it in any way. They don't have any heart disease. They're not a doctor. They don't know anyone that's a doctor. But then they'll be like, "What do you mean? What do you mean? What's wrong with you? How dare you question these people?"
I think there's a medication that got released at a certain period of time that got put into people's bodies. I think there was something like that.
What?
Not even giving a take on it in case YouTube's picking up on my drift. Now, completely unrelated to that. I
totally missed it, but whatever.
No. There was this medication that was given to the masses, right? And that, no comment on that, right? There was an injection given to
you're making it okay.
People globally. No comment on that.
Should have just left me in the dark, but go on.
But no comment on that. But anyway, like green juices. Like green juices, like
plant slop.
Yeah, I think those will give you heart issues, and I think I think they're not even good for young people to drink. To ingest, to put in their bodies. Definitely not for young. Probably not for anybody, but not for young people. They're gonna give you heart murmurs. Those green juices. When I was
a wee lad, I always thought it was. Why would anybody ever think of doing this?
They're gonna give you myocarditis. Those green drinks. They're gonna give you. They're honestly gonna probably make women infertile. Those green drinks. They're probably gonna give women issues as far as conceiving or conceiving. Sorry, conceiving with contraception. It's gonna give them some issues. You know what I'm talking about? It's gonna change. It's gonna change their blood. It's gonna change their cells. That green juice.
Yeah.
Now, if you tell people that, they get mad. They like the green juice. They like the green juice too much. They still like the green juice, I think. I don't know. Are the tides turning? Are the tides turning at all on the green juice?
Kind of.
The unfortunate part is that like so many more women drink the green juice.
Well, yeah, because they're communitarian.
Yeah, that's gonna suck if the green juice really does cause some of these things that it was showing as far as if women are pregnant, they're taking the green juice. I don't know, man. It might be a little unfortunate. Might be a little unfortunate what that green juice did, especially maybe later down in life. It's not like it'll be mass, sort of problems. I'm just saying, like, you don't want to be with a person that has that, that issue. That's not going to be great.
I think as long as, for the most part, you can probably mitigate any kind of effects like that if you get them on the wrong. Why did I say wrong? On the right kind of path in terms of like diet and so on. I'm
sure you could. Yeah, I'm not denying that you can mitigate it and probably make it to where like you're not one of those people that faces those issues. I'm because so many people are they're poofinated and they have all these metabolic problems. And if you don't have a good metabolism, then your immune system isn't good, and then that is just a problem of its own. So honestly, I don't know how much we can even how much can we not even talk about sort of like in general the all the juices, man, not just the green juice, all the juices, you know what I'm talking about? All those kind of juices, vegetable juices. You can't talk about all of them because like I've like on Danny Roddy's podcast, I just hear it. Like he still has those videos up on YouTube. I don't know if he got demonetized for it or what. I don't know. But
his videos on On that?
On YouTube about all the juices, like Ray Pete's talking about them.
You gotta send me a link to those.
I gotta find them. I gotta find them. I wish I could talk a little bit more about it. Yeah, I don't really want to talk too much, but I mentioned it like when we were at that one place, the Haven, the Haven of cuisine for, you know, Japanese food.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Haven that is quickly followed up after that.
No. The Japanese food haven, the sushi haven. I was mentioning some of that, you know, to another acquaintance. No, I was mentioning that to another acquaintance of ours. You were there for it. I was just kind of like going over some of the information I was hearing from it, you know, as far as like what these juices could perhaps do to the ability to ward off, you know, if the juices were to prevent, a sort of like a flu, right? If the juices were to prevent
I
flu,
wonder what they're talking
cold,
about.
The common cold, let's say. The juices prevent the common cold, but then you get like Zika. And then you can't fight off the Zika because the green juices are only fighting off the common cold now, and they made sure you fight off the common cold harder. Now the Zika is going to affect you more.
Totally forgot about that.
That's what I was mentioning. And that was some of the stuff I heard on those podcasts about the green juice.
You'll have to send me those, but yeah, I mean, no comment at all.
Yeah,
I did start watching some of Roddy's stuff on the lactate. I gotta specify lactic acid, not.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they had a podcast on that, I would watch that too, for informative reasons.
Yeah,
but I'm speaking about lactic acid.
Yeah. See, it was Georgie that had posted about that on the Ray Pete forum. Oh, dude, like the Ray Pete forum is not up, or it hasn't been up. I don't know if it's back up, but there's like this admin Charlie. I think I might have mentioned somebody on the show, but he like basically took over. He has this whole thing about being extremely against vitamin A. And like to the point where it's like Ray Pete never really talked about that. Like Ray Pete said vitamin A was beneficial, and it is, like, you know, for certain processes, like, yeah, of course it can be toxic if you eat too much, which is like what you're eating, like a polar bear liver or something, and then you die. But like vitamin A is necessary for, like, you know, I think it's vision and then also sexual function. You know, like there are things in the body that need vitamin A. He's talking about eating low vitamin A, and then like, you know, the problems of like, I mean, it all becomes down to like the gut rather than like, I mean, it was like, it seemed like more of it was like anti-bile or something, or I can't remember what it was. It was like toxic bile. I don't know. Basically like focusing more on like what's affecting the gut rather than like the thyroid. I mean, gut's important too, but it just seemed like there was like such an emphasis on like being anti-vitamin A was like the biggest thing. But basically, apparently, like he's had a not just a hosting problem, it seems, because like apparently one of his other websites is down as well, or some other website he had. I can't remember. Look, there are people that report this probably better than I have. But anyway, point being, it seems like he must have had either some sort of mental breakdown or just like I don't know, some sort of trouble just keeping the sites up. But yeah, I couldn't get to the repeat forum anymore, and a lot of people were talking about it. So that was a lot of information. Especially stuff from Georgie. I mean, other people too, like conversations about all these things that you could just look up and find information on it. Like if I had health questions and you look up Ray Pete after, the forum would show up with like people discussing these things so you could look into different information. And now it's like, it's probably gone. I know there's an archive of it. Brad Kahn did that, but I think he did that. Either he did that or he posted about it. But yeah, it's going to be harder to actually search it if the forum just like stays down. A wealth of information taken down by some nigga that hates vitamin A. Yeah, it's still down. Unexpected database error occurred, and I couldn't find it. I think it was either yesterday or the day before. I tried looking it up as well, and I couldn't get to. I think it was yesterday. I couldn't get on.
I just started using it too. Well, I mean, didn't that one guy say that it's not the best though?
Well, he was saying don't listen to everything you see on those, but I mean, it gives you places to look. Like, I think the benefit is like people talk about information, and from there you can look up the information they're talking about to verify it. And so they just kind of like give you a path to walk on as far as like finding out about things is why I like it. But now there's like the bioenergetic forum. So there's at least that one, and Georgie does post on there. So there is still that. If you have questions, you can look it up, and there is still like there are still a lot of conversations on stuff on there, and I have an account, so I think you have to sign up if you actually want to like look through everything, but it's worth it.
I still think Bella Thorne is gross.
Yeah, I haven't seen her recently. What does she look like? I think I saw her when she was metamorphosizing.
She's like
is that the word?
Ehor now. Yeah.
You said what?
She's like uber Ehor now.
Uber Ehor.
Yeah, she's like a OnlyFans broad now.
Oh man, I remember she was posting some raunchy photos.
That's all I've heard from her since I knew she
That was a little
existed
bit
again.
back.
Well, no, like I've heard her name like in passing now too, on like other stuff talking about that kind of stuff. Wait, what the fuck? Hold on. She made her directorial debut in 2019, directing the adult film Her and Him, which garnered positive reviews and won a Pornhub Visionary Award.
Brett.
Yeah, she's deep in it. Pause.
Yeah.
Wait, small hands. What?
Who's this guy that she's with? Or I don't know. Actually, who is she with?
He and Him is a 2019 American film written and directed by Bella Thorne and starring actors Abella Danger and Small Hands. Who the fuck is Small Hands?
Small Hands?
See, I'd want to look that up, but I also don't want to look that up for very obvious reasons.
Let's see what she's got going on. Let me look at her Wikipedia.
Oh, I've been on her Wikipedia. Let's see what we
Oh
got in
man,
personal life.
she was messed up, man. From ages 16 and 14. Jeez.
She kind of looks like
she got messed up bad, man.
What do you mean?
Apparently in June of 2019, she had nude photos stolen by hackers who subsequently threatened her with extortion. She instead released the photographs herself, Brett. Later that year, she addressed the issue of pornographic deepfakes. She's engaged to entrepreneur and bad vegan producer Mark Ems. Let's see Mark Ems. Why does he have no wiki page?
Wait, hold on. Deepfakes, huh? So is she not in the industry?
She released the photos that were like being levied against her because some hacker had access to them.
You know, it's funny that
who's this Mark Ems?
I don't know, because I've only ever heard her mentioned in the context of people like Amaranth and shit like that.
I don't know who that is.
Ehor. She's like the Ehor. Like she was one of the ones that's like came from Twitch and yeah, realized that you could use those kinds of sites for more than just, exclusive. Well, I guess it's still exclusive content, but that kind of stuff.
She introduced Mark to fans by sharing a sexy video of him kissing her chest in an Instagram carousel of clips from her trip. Brett. Yeah.
So she's not a star.
But she's posting suggestive stuff.
Okay. That makes sense. Oh wait, no, yeah, on her Twitter it's like
Oh, he's British?
Wait a minute, you're British?
Well, I need to know, is that like a real name, Mark Ems? Like, is that a real last name?
I would assume not.
I know, so I want to know what his real one is. But I can't find it.
I mean, you already know he's British, but what do you need to know?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
As soon as I said that, I kind of, yeah. Never mind.
Dude, I'm not watching, but I'm seeing like ads presented to me, and there's like some old guy planking on this site. You want to see this?
No, I'm looking through her
you don't see
Twitter,
an
and
old
it's
guy.
like
he has a shirt on, man. It's it's nothing big. But look, I'm on this site, like this tabloid website. But look at this ad, like this old guy planking.
Oh, hold on. Let me get back to the. Here we go. Oh,
it's just
good for him.
It's kind of random, but yeah.
I didn't even know you were I didn't know you were sharing your screen.
No, I just turned it on.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. So this is Mark Ems, apparently. I don't know who that is.
What else would you need to know?
You always need to know, man. You always need to know.
If they're peeing.
Yeah, exactly. Or if they're not. I mean, look, I'm going to mention this unrelated to what we were just talking about. Okay. I'm going to hold on.
This isn't going to be good.
No, I'm going to do this in a way that it's going to seem good. Okay.
Well, now they know it. You're like,
okay. Here, start over. There's, I'm just gonna go over the big phenomenon. Okay.
Oh no.
One we can't talk about. The unsaturated fat paradox. But that applies to different places in the world, okay? Like for France, they have sort of the saturated fat paradox, I guess you could say, right? Where it's like they eat a lot of butter, but they have low incidence of cardiovascular disease. And then you look at like Hong Kong or other places in the world that eat so much red meat, and yet their lifespans are so high. And then there's the Israeli paradox, where they eat more unsaturated fat, yet have more cardiovascular disease. What's with
Actually,
that?
didn't know about that.
What's with that?
What's up with that?
What's up with that? What's up with that?
I thought they were big on olive oil, though, weren't they? Or are they using like sesame oil and shit like the Arabs?
They might be, man. You know, the thing is, like, it's just I saw it on the actual like paradox as described, as they actually do eat higher amounts of. I mean, unsaturated fat. Like, it is a lot of unsaturated fat, even in olive oil or avocado. Well, the thing is,
unsaturated.
Well, the problem is here because there's first of all, those like olive and avocado are still higher in linoleic acid compared to the other fats. So they are still higher in polyunsaturated to an extent. Like they still have like 10% or something. That's still pretty high. So now, and then also like the monounsaturated fat, as I was saying before, like the oleic acid is actually triggering the conversion of linoleic acid into arachidonic acid, or I don't know if it's it might have been that, or it was the expression of D6D and D5D in the actual polyunsaturated fats. I don't know if it's actually, it might be triggering sort of that response as well with the linoleic acid. I need to look into it a little bit more. I know Brad Marshall, who runs Fire in a Bottle, he makes videos where he talks about this kind of stuff, and he basically advocates against the consumption, like a lot of it, of like olive oil or avocado oil. Like he's very like pro saturated fat. And so he knows a lot about this stuff. I would say he's a good resource for especially this part of it, just because like not everybody is as like against olive oil or avocado in like bigger quantities. Though I would say they are a problem because they are going to cause that like obesity because of the fact that like the oleic acid is essentially like higher in animals that are going to be hibernating. And so like basically I forgot what exactly it was. It was like this other phase before actual hibernation. I forgot what it was called. But anyway, basically that's like they have higher amounts of, in general, animals have higher amounts of that. Like that's like why fish survive under the water when it's like really cold underneath the ice. Like they have higher amounts of polyunsaturated fat compared to saturated. Saturated is going to get colder and like get really like, I mean, it's not livable to have a body composition of high saturated fat in those cold of environments. So that's why they have more of the unsaturated fats. But yeah, no, I mean, in general, you don't want to be eating a lot of mono either. Like the more saturated, the better in the diet, honestly, when it comes to like keeping the weight off and all that. And especially just like making sure to mitigate the damage of any polyunsaturated fats consumed. If you don't want to be eating a lot of monounsaturated fat with it.
Yeah. Speaking of that, you know, that one mutual acquaintance we have, the female that has her own server, she deleted the messages because she didn't want her significant other to see, but she was getting really upset about the fact that she was gaining weight, despite the fact that she was eating quote unquote healthily. And basically she's trying to like model herself off of like the Mediterranean diet for the most part. You know what she is. She sends her pictures.
Whoa, you know, Mediterranean diet's causing weight gain? That's impossible.
Yeah, I know. They eat so much vegetables, apparently.
They eat so much good oils and fats. I think like I had a problem because I wasn't recognizing that avocados, like, you know, the amount of unsaturated fat in them were causing such a response. Like I definitely started gaining a stomach after I was eating like avocados daily. I was eating avocados daily for a while and I started gaining it.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of stayed away from it too. But here's
I was only eating like an avocado a day. I was eating higher fat, and I think like that's what kind of triggered it, because like I was eating animal based and I was pretty lean for some time. Like I was really lean like a year ago. Then I started putting on a little weight, like actual like fat, just because I was eating like high fat in the diet. I wasn't really eating high carb, but I was eating like some carb and then high fat. Now I've switched to where I'm eating lower fat and higher carb, and I'm actually noticing like, I mean, the body composition is better. I am still like not as like light perhaps. I mean, I do like being a little like not heavier as far as like just like weight, like fat in general, but I am kind of like, you know, I'm not like too lean, you know. I don't like being too lean either. I think I could like manage to like lose a little bit of fat and keep the muscle on. But it's not really a matter of that, like, because I do have like a significant amount of muscle that I do want to keep, which is actually contributing to the weight itself. But the problem is like I would have to start, like, not start, I'm already like limiting fat consumption, just keep like the fat consumption lower and keep the carbohydrate consumption higher, which the honey diet does that anyway. Like, you're not going to lose muscle mass compared to fat.
Yes. But anyway, going on that point, I was going to say she was really upset about it because she wanted to be skinny for summer and all that, which begs the question, why do you care about being skinny for summer if you got a boyfriend? But aside from that,
yeah, well, who are you trying to impress with that?
You missed that one conversation. I told you about it, but oh my god, that was so stupid. But anyway, she got to the point where, and I didn't mention her name, so it's fine because she didn't want anybody to know about this. But she, I made a joke casually, like she was saying, "How do like rich white women stay fit and all this?" And I'm like, "Oh," I said as a joke, "Oh well, you know, they just purge every now and then." And then she was like, "Yeah, I do that sometimes now because I feel so ashamed." I'm like, "Oh shit,
Bro.
whoa, that's not good at all."
No way. Yeah,
Um,
that's that Mediterranean diet keeping you healthy. You just got to top it off with a little purging.
Yeah, and I was talking to her about it, and it's awful. But besides the vegetables and all that stuff, I was telling her, well, you're mixing a lot of unsaturated fat with saturated fat, using butter and olive oil, what seems to be like interchangeably. So that's probably what the issue is, long term speaking. Because she does eat like mostly meat, like she's not like animal based or eating or anything like that. But
You know, I
she
was
does
also telling
eat
her
better.
though, like you got to not do fasted cardio, because she was telling me that she doesn't even eat much before she even goes to the gym in the morning. I was telling her that's increasing the stress hormones. It's going to keep body weight on. I don't know how much she listened to me on that, because she was like, I'm good. Well, I don't know.
Yeah. Every time I tell somebody that, I was telling that to somebody just like 2 days ago too about the cardio thing, and they're like, "Oh yeah, but all these professionals say otherwise," and I'm like, "Yeah, they're fucking wrong." Like, I don't understand why that's so hard for people to understand that somebody with some form of credentials could possibly be entirely wrong, because most of them happen to just be regurgitating the shit they learned for the past 8 years of their life.
And the thing is, the significant thing is that if you like, not everybody's like getting the same results as those influencers, but the influencers themselves, dude, they're starving themselves because they're like eating, like they track every single calorie they eat, and then they're like hitting the gym all the time to keep the weight off. And yet at the same time, a lot of them are balding. And so if they were to stop hitting the gym, they just blow up. Like, there's no way you can keep the weight off doing like what you're doing right now if you just stop going to the gym. And like, I mean, not as like, I'm just saying, even if you just go like less frequently than you already are, and then you just stop counting calories and just try to go based on satiation, I feel like you've already negatively affected like the leptin in your body. Like you've probably caused some sort of leptin resistance to the point where, and you've already tanked like your thyroid hormone, probably where you're keeping the stress hormones higher, if that's reflective in like what your hair looks like. And so they're really just going to have like no way of managing the weight other than doing this intense, rigorous, like sort of what is it? I forgot the name for it. Protocol. Like if you're doing this intense, rigid protocol, that as you are, that's the only way you're going to be able to continue doing that. And they do that for a living. So of course they're going to continue doing it. But I mean, man, once they give out, they give out. Like you can only keep that going for so long.
I was gonna make a joke, but then you kept talking, so now it's kind of lost.
You didn't remember what it was, or it's just kind of
No, you just kind of like overtook it. So now it's a stretch. But anyway,
no, just say it.
Nah, it's not gonna be funny now.
Is it about the girl, or is it about what I was saying with the influencers?
Nah, it was just Shark Man.
What?
See exactly. Anyway, that has been a great episode. I'm glad that we recorded this uninterrupted, nice long episode. Let's
this has been the podcast
ever.
Let's go, guys. We'll see you in another week. Take care. Tuck in your kids, say goodnight to them, read them bedtime stories, Make sure that if you want to see you and your kids live into the life that you deserve.
That sounded like a threat at first.
You better be peeing if you know what's good for you. Okay.
I just think it'd be in your best interest of you and your family.
But if you don't, we're gonna mention you on the show. We're gonna bring up your name and your address and everything, and we're gonna say this guy at this street. John at 123 Avenue. This guy is not peeing. He's obese. Oh, whoa! I can't krill him.
Jesus.
Grape him. This has been the podcast.
The podcast ever.
See you guys next time.